as I've gotten older too, I've noticed my voice has gotten deeper, and I always question like, is it the steroids?
Is it the steroids?
I got asked that the other day, and I'm like,
really?
Is it? I think it might be. Not to like the extent of like a girl when a girl goes on gear, but I feel like for me, I think it has made it a little bit deeper for sure.
Well, if it's the steroids, just give me all the fucking steroids, bro.
You have a good voice though. I talk. I'm like a pretty like calm. I feel like you are too. A pretty calm, like mellow person. So when we talk, I feel like I'm never like really super loud or outgoing. I'm just like a chill person. So I feel like the fact that my voice has gotten deeper has not helped me in any way, like on social media. Dude,
don't you know? The deeper your voice, technically, the more. Actually, I don't even remember. There's some science behind it. There's some shit about like masculinity and deeper voice with like hierarchy between men and in the dating market. I don't really know what it is.
No, I could see that. I mean, you think of like all the guys that have deeper voices, and usually they are like, for whatever reason, more masculine men. At least the ones that come to mind for me.
Yeah, they do. Like normally the taller men tend to have the deeper voice. The bigger men, the more masculine men, the ones that have undergone more androgen transformation.
Yeah. I feel like too, like the bigger guys, because they're bigger, usually they're always like better at sports too. And so because you're a bigger person, you gravitate towards what you're good at. And so if you're good at sports or if you're good at being physical, you also have probably bigger vocal cords as well. And so those are the guys that usually have deeper voices, you know? Like a bigger dude is going to have bigger vocal cords. He's going to have a deeper voice. And because he's bigger, he's probably going to gravitate towards more masculine things because he's better at them as well. Does that make sense?
No, it makes absolute sense.
Versus like, I feel like a lot of guys that are smaller, unless you're like a country singer, but like a lot of guys that are smaller probably have like a not smaller voice, but a higher pitched voice, or I guess not as deep. They're like more like musicians and artists because they're not as good at the physical things. And so they're viewed more like on the metro side because they're not as big of a person to gear towards physical activity. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I think that's absolutely true. It just tends to be a trend, you know. It's not often that you see like the smallest dude have the deepest voice or the biggest dude have the highest voice.
Yeah, for sure.
It is kind of funny that when I check out my comments on YouTube, there's normally I don't, but like there's a couple comments here or there on like podcasts. Well, not podcasts. It's really just the YouTube because that's where people get to like hear me when I'm talking to like a video camera.
Yeah.
And they're always like, there's random comments that will be like, oh, he lowers his voice because he knows it's sexy. And
he tries to make himself more masculine.
It's the funniest fucking thing. I'm like, maybe what I want to tell people is like, I really don't care, but it's kind of funny. Like if you raise your voice, if you try to talk to a camera in the gym, you'll realize that the louder you make your voice, the higher your voice goes. You know?
Yeah.
And it's nice in a podcast situation. I don't have to
talk
scream over my...
You don't got to be extra loud for the people out there that are listening.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or maybe I do subconsciously lower my voice.
You could.
Lower.
If you talk like really articulate with a deep voice, I feel like it brings out something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I'm just inspired by Kool-Aid.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
It does set like a vibe. Like, it's a little, you know,
it's fucking cool.
It's a little sus.
It's a little sus. That's so funny. Really going back to the casting couch podcast. Well, anyways, boys, here we are. So we are here with my boy, my friend, my guy, Markus Fit.
Happy to be here.
Markus Fit.
You know how the only reason I made that name is because back when I started 2 or 3 years ago, I thought fit was essential to kind of be, so people knew I was a fitness account, you know. Not like if they looked at my account, they wouldn't know already that I was a fitness account, but they were like, oh, Markus Fit. He's fit. And the gamer tag, the handle was available too when I started my Instagram, and I was like, that's a pretty good handle. And so I figured, did I just break?
Yeah, I think I have a broken headphone. Oh yeah.
We're back with Nyle.
We're back.
Nile's Vials.
Nile's Vials. The OG name.
The OG name.
That people don't understand.
Yeah, people don't understand unless you're an OG about the Nile's Vials.
Something I feel like I don't want to talk about just for the safety of not being a bad influence.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah.
I'll talk about it someday. if people understand.
Are there like certain things that you don't talk about on this podcast?
No, I really just talk about everything, but that's why I called it transparent.
Yeah.
But I want to. I also want to make sure that I'm continuing to be a good influence and be that person that I want to be. That is a good influence. So it's just I talk about whatever I want, but I also just try to be conscious of like
who could be listening.
Not just of who could be listening, but like who I want to be. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be someone who literally just takes drugs, all kinds of drugs, and then just promotes it everywhere. Like, because that's not really who I am. Like, I have done, and I do have a lot of experience with a lot of different drugs, but it's not because I just like to fucking take drugs and get fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just have my experience because I wanted to see what ways I could optimize myself and my performance as a human being. Realize that drugs aren't really the answer, but they can help to some extent if you're wise and you understand dosing protocols and stuff. Yeah. Whatever. No. Shit like that. Context matters. That's all I know. 100%. Context matters.
Like you said, like the dosing thing I think is huge, and not a lot of people understand that. They don't know the difference between use and abuse, and that's like a very fine line, and a lot of people tend to go on the abuse side and they just think it's the use side, especially when people come to gear or whatever, or mushrooms or whatever else. Like anything, too much of anything is a bad thing, probably, I would say. And so like a lot of people look at my page and they're always like, oh, you just promote drugs. I'm like, that's not it at all. In all my videos I say not to do them, but at the end of the day, like, I try and be as transparent as possible, because I was once a young kid or a younger adult, and I was naive and I didn't know the truth about whether it would be the fitness industry or this or that. And so through my experiences and what I've learned, I've tried and put content out there that's, I joke about things here and there, but try and put out things that'll educate people so people don't make the same mistakes that I made. And so people can learn from me and make their own life choices, but make educated life choices instead.
I love that, dude. I appreciate that. And that's something I stand for too, which is why I actually really wanted to have you on the show. Yeah. So going off of that to introduce you and everything, like a big reason I wanted to have you on here, we met originally. So we had some mutual friends in the beginning before we even met. And I knew of that because I remember seeing you at EOS, and I'm like, God, this guy is fucking huge. He looks like a dick.
That's what everyone says when they meet me. Like, dude, I saw your social media. You have to be an asshole.
You have to be an asshole. I'm not. Turns out you're like way nicer in person. But yeah, I just remember seeing you at EOS. I'm like, this guy's fucking huge. I wonder if he sizes me up too and whatever.
Oh, 100%. Dude, I watched you go pro. Like, I followed your whole journey to go pro, and you actually competed against my old coach and you beat him out. And every time I saw him, I'm like, dude, this dude has a wild physique. I was like, he has a wild. I'd point out my friends like, yo, that guy's a pro. Like, if I ever saw me at Boulevard over like the COVID time, when I'd see him there, I'm like, yo, he's a pro. Like, he's a pro. like turn around, dude, so you didn't see me talking about you.
Thanks, bro. That means a lot. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. No, I'm always like wondering, like, I wonder if these people are like looking like they know me on social media, and then they're just thinking like, look at this fucking pipsqueak. Why the fuck does he have that many followers? Like, it's always what I'm wondering. I always have that shit, like the fucking little small ego in my head running through my head. I'm like telling him to shut up.
Yeah, I would say like I see because I don't have nearly as big of a following as you. All my followers are like strictly, I guess, like people who take gear or bodybuilders or people in the fitness industry. But it's very rare, I would say, like at this point where I go to a gym, and I would say most of the time I usually have someone say hi, like, oh, I follow you, or I watch your content, or this or that. So for you, times 10, because you probably have 10 times the size of the following I do. And I would tell you, because people tell me, that probably most people, if they have any type of social media involvement at all, know who you are. And whether they look at you and they say that or not, I would say most people know who you are. Especially not,
or at least they've probably seen you somewhere.
Yeah, they've seen you somewhere for sure. Especially because of the size of your following as well, and you stick out. Like, you are not just like I'm just a white dude. And honestly, a lot of people that come up to me like,
I think you stick out too.
I would say like I stick out for being a bigger dude, but a lot of people when they see me, like for example, if I go out to like a club, people will be like, oh, dude, I saw you. I was like, dude, this dude's jacked. And then I saw your tattoos and I was like, oh, that's Markus. I follow him on TikTok, or I knew you from TikTok. But it's not until they saw my tattoos it gave them something to recognize me by. But other than that, I feel like I look like a just normal gym bro,
Normal gym, bro.
That takes, but for you, I feel like you have a very like unique look about you, and especially in the gym, if anyone has like seen you in the gym, the way your muscle insertions are, like you are very unique and you stand out a lot, like especially your style too. Like you have a lot going for you in the sense that like I feel like that's why your audience is so big and broad as well. You hit a lot of different markets, a lot of different people, a lot of different, the scope of who you reach is massive. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people know who you are. Wow. I've seen you. Actually, I know that because I've seen you at EOS. And I've seen people go up to you and be like, hey, I watch your content on multiple occasions. And that's just the times I've seen you there. So I know a lot of people know you.
That's funny. Well, that's kind of cool to hear because I remember seeing your content. And that's how I fucking met you, right? Was seeing your content and I was like, okay, so this guy is fucking transparent as fuck. And I really appreciated that. Like seeing your content on TikTok about you like talking to the camera, literally just being real as shit. Like I think that's extremely valuable and that's gotten you like a really cool niche of like a following, right? Because these are definitely going to be all guys that like really do relate to you. Yeah. Which I think is more powerful. You're creating that close, almost cult-like community. Yeah,
trying, right? Yeah, trying, that's the goal.
But literally just through being authentic and like having good connection with people. So, how did you start all of this? Like the bodybuilding, the TikTok, the everything?
Yeah, so it's like a long story. Like I feel like everyone has a story, but to summarize it up, I've always been in the gym, was always a little tiny kid. I was always like the bullied kid, and I always got into lifting because I was, I wanted to, over my junior year to senior year, wanted to become jacked so I could go, get a starting spot on the football team. Never happened. Doesn't work like that. Especially in high school, you can't just develop that muscle maturity. Yeah. You can't go do some squats and just jump higher, run faster. Like it takes a lot of practice. And so, especially when you're not eating right, and in high school, I knew nothing about diets. So that's where the gym journey started. And then went to 24. About 18 to 24. 24, I got my heart broken. Decided I wanted to compete, try and get my heart, my mind off it. Did my first bodybuilding show naturally, and was like, okay, yeah, I really like this. Like I think I'm going to go for this. And that's when I decided, I'm going to go enhanced. I saw the guys on stage, and I was like, gotta come.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to turn 25.
It was older than I started.
Really? When did you start?
I think I got my pro card 23 years old, 23 years old maybe. Yeah. So I started like within the year before that.
That's good.
So probably 22 if it was 23.
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much went on from there, ended up dating this girl for a while. She got big on social media. And I just saw how she did it. She did her TikTok and everything like that. And I noticed that when she did her TikTok, she just didn't, you go back to the cult following, when she did her TikTok, she just would do dances and she wouldn't ever talk to the camera. And I was like, how are people going to know you for your personality if they never see your personality? And so we ended up breaking up, and I was like, well, I want to do the social media thing too, because I think I have some stuff to offer through my experiences with, taking gear. First time I took gear, I did it wrong. I had to go on, Accutane and some other stuff like that. And so when I started my TikTok, I kind of make it about the only thing that I knew, which I was really passionate about, which was the gym. Something I saw not a lot of people doing were talking about gear, which I wish people did, because I would have been able to probably save myself a lot of like problems.
Heartache and pain.
Yeah, exactly. Literally blood coming out of my face from acne. So it would have saved me a lot of time and embarrassment.
It's like everyone knows these drugs exist. It's the education out there that's missing. So by everyone saying, or by the haters saying that you're normalizing things, I mean, maybe it's better to like just be educated and have that knowledge. Yeah. Like I think more plates, more dates is doing an amazing thing out there.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Like more plates, more dates, and like old Greg Doucette. I mean, that was pretty much where I learned a lot of my stuff from. Yeah. And the way they didn't do it is they talk about
old Greg.
old Greg before he was screaming at the camera.
Old Greg.
Old Greg. Old Greg. But they talk about it, and they don't they didn't, they just talked about it, because that was in the bodybuilding scene, but no one really knows how predominant like this type of stuff is unless you're in the bodybuilding scene. And so I was like, I'm going to bring myself to TikTok. I'm going to show them my workouts because I think I have a decent physique, and I'm going to talk about gear because no one else has talked about it and the reality of it in this sport, because it was something I was passionate about, even though I wasn't a pro yet. And it just happened that, when I started talking about gear, I ended up going pro that, within this next 6 months, and just rolled out. And, I wouldn't say the first one, but I was kind of one of the more first open people on TikTok to talk about it to the extreme that I would say was on there. I don't know anyone else who is. I remember I got a lot of shit too. Like when I first started my TikTok, bro, I got lots of hate. Like it was
like what?
Like, bro, people just saying I have a shitty physique for taking gear.
What?
That I shouldn't be talking. That I shouldn't be talking about it. That I'm promoting it. I wasn't offering a place to buy it. I wasn't telling people where to get it. Like no, I was just talking about like people would be like, oh, what is your take on testosterone, anadrol? And I'd just be like, oh, anadrol, it's kind of hard gainer. It gave me crazy strength. I didn't see a lot of size off it. I didn't really experience sides, but that was just my personal experience. And people are like, you shouldn't promote that. Kids are going to look into this shit. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't
promote that. You literally just said you had a shitty experience.
Yeah, I literally would tell people like, dude, don't do it. Stay natty. But this was my personal experience with it. And so, but it wasn't until about like 6 months in, like when I got my pro card and people were like, oh, like this dude actually knows kind of what he's talking about. And people were like listening to my videos, and then it just kind of took off. And then, I never had a video that went crazy viral. Like a lot of those early TikTokers, they had a video that went to 10 million and they got 100K followers right out the gate. And then they were just one of the OGs now. I never had that. Every, I grew by like 1,000 followers a week for the last 2 years or whatever, 2,000 followers a week for the last 2 years. And now it's been this slow grind, and I don't even have that big of a following. It's only 300K. But
I think that's a better way.
It's definitely a very cultivated 300K. I would say like I think that's why I do so well with like Trenscend, or peptides or gear because that's what I built my following around. And so, but yeah, that's kind of how we've gotten to where we are today. And now, I have people that follow me that I would have never thought in a million years follow me. Like I used to watch Dylan McKenna like crazy, and Dylan McKenna follows me on Instagram.
Oh,
like,
no shit. Yeah, that's so sick.
I'm like, dude, what? Or I have the Cornelius Masterson. Like I used to watch his YouTube videos back in the day.
Cornelius, is that the one that screams?
No.
No. I love that one though. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Cornelius. No. He was friends with Dylan McKenna back in the day.
Okay.
Like that was like he was still in like the David Lade, Dylan McKenna era. He was like in there. And, all these influencers who I used to watch back in the day, like follow me now on Instagram or like DM me, or I can have conversations with them, like Alex Eubank, all these other people. And I'm like, dude, this is wild that I've been able to like, I wouldn't say I've made it, but I'm definitely like on my way in the industry,
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like it just shows like if you are consistent with something and believe in yourself, you can make anything happen.
Yeah, bro. Fucking proud of you, dude.
So, I mean, I watched you a long time. I watched you for years. Like you didn't know who I was, but I watched you for years. But before, I ever got in the social media scene, I just got in the last year. And so, I don't know. It's crazy to think where I started and where I am now. But I mean, look at you. Look how far you've come.
Well, going back to something you said, dude, the people who rise the hardest tend to fall the hardest as well. It's just a common occurrence. So I think the slow, concrete growth that you have built over who you truly are as a person and like what you stand for, you're not gonna lose that.
Yeah,
like you don't have no face that you're making up. That's you're holding on by a thin thread, thread that literally could just snap at any point. You build a foundation on who you are. So I think you're only going to continue to grow and build a deeper relationship with your following.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things. It's kind of like I wouldn't say bittersweet, but it's like good and bad. It's actually not bad at all. It's just when I look at it, it's like, man, I wish I would just get a video of my physique popping off to 10 million views so I can get all these followers. Yeah. But when I look back over the last 2 years, like it's almost something to be proud of. Like I've consistently stayed disciplined, and because of that, I've built a very dedicated following to who I am, even though it's not the biggest. But it's not about. I think you can like attest to this. Your following, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of your following. It's very, very much so. Like I know influencers with less following than me, they got 40K on IG and 120K on TikTok, and they're quadrupling my sales because of how dedicated they are, or their following is so dedicated and identifies with them so hard. And that's the kind of following you want. It's not about the number. Everyone looks at the number, and it's not. It's about, more so like your engagement and how many people actually, really truly fuck with you. Because if you don't have anyone fucking with you, like you're not going to make it in this industry. You're going to have another job,
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there is one argument I have to say, though, is that a lot of this does apply to like the sales that you make. And at this point, I'm lucky enough to say that I don't give a fuck about the sales. Now, like I just care about the content I make.
See, that's a dope place to be at, though.
It is a dope place. And I wouldn't have been able to be here if I didn't care about like actually being able to make a living at all anyways in the first place.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I wasn't going to fucking start an OnlyFans. Like I don't care how many fucking gay guys in my following told me to start an OnlyFans. I wasn't going to start an OnlyFans.
You know how much money you make though?
I was
Have you ever thought about it?
They were telling me to start it like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh god.
Back before people did OnlyFans. So I know I would have made some insane bank.
0.001% top earner right here. That's what I'm saying. A potential 0.001 top earner.
That life is long gone. I want to be a podcaster.
Yeah. I feel like right now I'm in the spot where I have to worry about the sales because I'm still making it, you know. But for you to be in that position where you've passed that and you can focus on just the content, the quality of your content. I mean, everyone should focus on the quality of their content, but for you to really like, that's your main goal, is not to bring in an extra bag a month, but to actually put out the best quality content, because that's what brings you fulfillment, and to inspire and encourage and uplift and bring others as the best you can. Like that's where I aspire to be. Like that's where I want to be, you know?
I think you're getting there, dude. And I think,
but surely.
Plus I do believe that us doing that is the key for us to make however the fuck, you know, make enough money to be able to like stay afloat properly and everything. Like, I don't make bank, but I definitely make enough not to struggle and be able to still pay my videographers now. Yeah. This is recently, like just the last few months. So I'm very thankful for that. But I think in us just having the intention of like, what kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? Who do we want to impact? Like, who do we want to have talking about us and saying our names because we've helped them achieve whatever it is they wanted to achieve, or like inspired them to do whatever they wanted to do? I think that's the most fulfilling thing for me.
Dude, it's actually like really recent, within the last like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been getting tagged in like, who are your favorite bodybuilders? And I got tagged in one the other day, and it was me, Jay Cutler, and Noel Dizel. And I was like, whoa, how in the world am I tagged with these two other dudes? Lineup. And I was like, whoa, like that is mind blowing.
Were you at the Young LA shoot?
What? No, I wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
But I got tagged in that, and I was like, dude, like that is wild that someone would say that I'm, and mind you, I've done 5 bodybuilding competitions. I went pro, I've done pro last year, and then I've done my pro debut and I placed 11th. But for someone to say that I'm their favorite bodybuilder was like, bro, and put me even in the same sentence as Jay Cutler, I'm like, okay, like that made my heart so warm. But it got me thinking. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently and watching a lot of like inspirational like little clips and reels of all these great, you know, athletes. Like one was like Mike Tyson, another one randomly super off top with like Steve Irwin, and all these people about how passionate, you know, Steve Irwin is the crocodile hunter.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude. And it was, you know, people just throwing like the motivational sounds over them talking and giving like their, you know, they were in an interview and they were talking about how, you know, they were just talking about, and they were so passionate about what they did. And in all the comment sections, it was, these guys inspired so many people. These guys brought such a positive energy. These guys changed so many people's lives and left this world such a better place. And I was like, dude, I need to do more to be more like those guys. Like, I care about my content and I love putting out videos that are like very like, you know, educational, informative, but I want to like change the world or be better. Like you think in I don't even know if Sebum knows that he's doing this, or Noel, but like you look at Noel or Joey Swole right now, you know, back in the day, Joey Swole was a little bit different, but now he's like very much positive and encouraging. And he talks about gym etiquette and this and that. Like those guys are leaving trying to change the gym and fitness industry to be so much better and challenging people to be better than they are. And
I do love how Joey Swole rebranded.
100%.
I love it. I'm 100%. Inspired by it.
And it made me think too, because not necessarily that I want to steer away from talking about gear, because that's just who I am. And I feel like people trust me and my opinion on that. And I want to still educate people and help people with that, because that's just it's not like it's just going to go away. Like that's going to be around forever. But I want to be more than like, someone's like, oh, some guy came up to me a while ago and was like, oh, like you're Markus, you're the steroid guy on TikTok. And I'm like,
the steroid guy.
I don't know. Like, yes, but I don't know if I like that, because I'm more than just a steroid guy. Like I have more to bring to the table, but I think I was selling myself short on a lot of things that I could accomplish and what I have to offer. And I want to be more like, you know, like Steve Irwin in his industry, or like Noel, or like Sebum, you know, these people that just by living their life and being who they are, they challenge people to be better than they are. They leave the world a better place. They make the fitness industry or their industry better than it already is. Like I want to be like on that level. And it's not something that I've always thought of until probably like the last like 2-3 weeks. And I was like, dude, I need to, like, I want to be something, you know, like the legacy, like we talk about, like the legacy we leave behind. Like I want to leave a legacy, and I want to leave a good one. I don't want to just be like another dude in the fitness industry, you know, another guy that came and went. Like I want to actually leave this earth or inspire people to be the best that they can be so they can leave a legacy, you know? Even if I don't leave a legacy necessarily for me, what if I inspired someone who would leave a crazy legacy? Like to be the guy that inspired someone to leave a legacy, you know? Like that's the kind of level I want to be on moving forward. And I think that's my big, resolution in 2023 for me. It's like that's the kind of creator, the content creator I want to be, kind of person I want to be.
So what do you think?
Got deep.
No, I love it. So what do you think is the next step for you then?
Honestly, for me, I feel like it's kind of changing my content, honestly. And I think I didn't want to be, you know, I was thinking about who do I help? I encourage or help. I wouldn't say encourage. I do not encourage. I help guys who take gear. I help them do it safely, hopefully. Help them learn from my mistakes. But what about, like, who was I in the beginning? I was a little kid who didn't know anything about fitness. I was the guy who thought if I took an extra scoop of protein a day, I would, grow. I was the guy who was bullied or that had a lot of self-doubt, who was super insecure about the way I looked or because I just hadn't grown yet. And I feel like...
I mean, we're all bodybuilders. All we wish we were fighters, you know? We just all wish we were fighters.
The top G shit right there.
We're all pussies.
Yeah, we're all pussies. I wish I was a fighter. Bring me a sparkling water, you know. They say water. I love this. Water.
What? Water. Water.
Me a sparkling water. But shit, I forgot what we were saying. What were we talking about?
I'm so sorry, bro.
No, we're good. We're good. No, I just I think. Oh yeah. What makes my story special is literally nothing. But in that same nothing is what makes it special because I can relate to so many young guys, if not every single guy, who is young, who want to be bigger, who want to do better, who wanted to grow. And in that, I feel like I can inspire a lot of these kids that are just so run-of-the-mill. And when I mean run-of-the-mill, they just all have the same story. They're just these little kids who want to be something. They want to, chase their dreams, but they don't know how to get there. They don't think that they can get there because they look at themselves in the mirror. I would have never, if you would have told me when I was 18 years old, 5'9", 140 pounds, that I was going to be a pro with a social media following who does this for a living, I would have been like, bro, suck my dick.
You were 5'9" at 18 years old?
Yeah, I was graduated 5'9", 140 pounds senior year.
What?
Yep, I played left bench.
When was your growth spurt?
21, after I graduated college.
Holy shit!
People don't believe me. That's do not
crazy.
believe
How
me.
tall are you now?
Like just over 6 foot, like six foot and a half, 6'1", like right in there.
Oh my god, dude! All those 18-year-olds, you guys still have hope.
And people, dude, whenever I took, like, I'll make a reel and it'll be like 5'9", 140 pounds, and then it's be like 6 foot, like 1 or 220, and people are like, "How'd you grow 3 inches?" And I'm like, bro, honestly, like I'm not.
Have you heard of Anadrol?
Took some GH and Slin. No, I don't know what it was, but I remember graduating my senior year at 21 and I literally just grew. But I was stringy. But then I started filling out slowly over time. But I grew when I was 21. And people are like, no, that's not true. But if you look at it, you just Google it, your growth plates can close all the way up to your 25 when you're a guy. And so I just grew super late. And if you would have told me that when I was 18, 17, 16, that I was going to be this big, I would have been like, you're absolutely out of your mind. Like, there's no way. Like, I looked at my mom and my dad's and my grandparents' genetics. I look at myself in the mirror. There's no way I'm going to be able to get there. And here I am,
That's what always makes me wonder. It's like, what if someone started like bodybuilding with gear before the age of 25? Do you think that might affect their growth, like their height? Yeah. Like, I mean, I know that GH supposedly for those that are younger supposedly help that growth, but like, what about the other ones?
I've heard, and from what I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I have looked into it because when I was young, when I was like 18, I would already be like, what can help me grow? And obviously, if you go down that rabbit hole, steroids will come up. If you want to grow, how do you grow? You take steroids, not height wise, but that just you'll end up finding it, dude. And I don't know if I feel like it would. I feel like if you start taking anabolics, it would definitely hinder some growth naturally for you. Like your body would. It's kind of like testosterone, right? If you take test, it's going to shut down your normal test. If you start taking anabolics and you just start growing exponentially, then your body's doesn't need to force itself to grow naturally. Like you're going to be growing through exogenous compounds and shit. Yeah. So I feel like it would definitely hinder you if you start too early. But that being said, if I would have known that this is in my potential, it's the flip of the coin. At 18, 19, 20, I feel like I wish I would personally, I would have started earlier. But then again, if I did start early, it would have compromised my growth at 21. But if I had this genetic potential in me to be an IFBB pro, potential Olympian down the road, you know, you look at the guys like Andre D, who started whenever he started, you know,
whenever he started,
whenever he started. And it's like, shit, if I would have started then, where would I be now? You know, 10 years later, if I would have been doing this for 10 years instead of 4, where would I be?
Right. But you gotta fucking detach yourself from the age. We gotta all detach yourself from the age. The age is literally but a number. It doesn't fucking matter worth shit, dude. Like, yeah, we could have started earlier, but what then? Then you just gave away certain years of your life that you were focusing or doing something else, enjoying your time doing something else, not being on PEDs, not having your ball small. It's a trade-off, dude.
It is.
But like, time is like we've made up time, you know, and because of that, we feel like we're always in a rush because we're gonna lose opportunity, but the opportunity hasn't been lost.
No, not at all. I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, when you find the right opportunity. I feel like opportunity is one of those things where it's like you can find opportunity, but you also make opportunity for yourself. Like, for example,
you do.
Like what
me moving to LA is me making opportunity.
Yeah, you make that opportunity. You know, you even making the decision to start social media back when you did, and now look at all the opportunity that stemmed out of you starting social media. You know, like everything. Like you can make your own opportunity. Opportunities everywhere. It's there on its own, and you can make your own opportunities. And so I feel like a lot of people just wait for opportunity to come to them, you know. And it's like no. Like
then again, there are some people that just like luck is a big factor. Some people just fucking are born shit out of luck. They don't got no opportunity. They got no money. They got nothing. Like that's like facts. Like those people, I'm sorry. Like I feel terrible for. And
no, it is.
But
so obviously everyone's dealt a different. You know,
dealt different cards.
Yeah, everyone's dealt different cards, right? But at the end of the day, like you still have a hand, and you have to make the most of your hand.
Yeah,
and you can get one hand, and if this person got the same hand, you could have taken that to the moon, and they could have squandered it. You know, wherever it is on the scale of what type of hand you got dealt.
The way that I look at it is back then when I was like hacking to the computer as a teenager to play RuneScape when my parents were asleep.
So you played RuneScape?
Yeah.
No shit. Do you remember Zima? Sorry, that was super off
topic.
No,
you're good. So I would back when I was playing RuneScape and hacking to the computer when my parents were asleep, you know, because I was hacking onto the computer, I wasn't allowed to play games or do anything. They only wanted me to study. I had to play free to play because I had no money, right? But all these other kids, they fucking had memberships. So they had like dragon armor, all this fucking cool ass shit. They were able to exceed certain levels that I couldn't exceed. But I literally just had me, my free to play character. And so,
Rune.
I fucking trained my ass off. I fucking clicked while I was watching anime. I just fucking did so much multitasking in the middle of the night. I got to like level 117, 118 by like, what, I don't know, 11, 12 years old or something.
That is wild, bro. Bro, I used to play RuneScape, and I was even, dude, all the kids would stroke around in their fucking dragon armor and their freaking abyssal whip and all this shit.
Abyssal whip!
Their crystal bow. They'd come into the
fucking whip.
Bro, them fucking losers.
Fucking thinking you're going to steal my RuneScape girlfriend with your whip? Fuck you.
Bro, fuck
Shut
you,
up.
bro. They'd come into the free-to-play world dressed in all their dragon armor, and you just to like strut around because you'd know, like, oh shit, they have a membership. They have the $5 membership. They can go into the gate into the other world where you have to pay a membership to go into, and I'm like, here I am with my rune scimitar, you know, just chilling.
Scimitar?
Whatever. Yeah. My rune longsword, thinking I'm a badass. I'm just like, dude, but yeah, for sure. You know, it is. You know, some people definitely have the upper hand, I would say, in life, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You can't really change it. The only thing you can control is your own life. You know, you got to make the most of it.
Well, that's what gives me a rush is when I just remember my old self, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you came far.
Fucking old self would have been proud.
Do you talk
Who gives
about
a fuck about anyone else? Just fucking, huh?
Do you talk about like your own self a lot? I feel like whenever
my old self?
Yeah. Like before?
On the podcast, I think I find myself talking a lot. Why?
Like I don't know. Whenever I see you, usually you're talking to other people about them, but like you don't talk about like how far you've come. You know, I remember like I've seen your pictures when you had the short spiky hair.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, you know, kind of like the little chubby nerd back in the day. And then now like you look at you and it's like, dude, you've come a long way. And you think about, and I look at you here because I know what it takes to live in San Diego alone in a nice apartment. And it's like, you're doing exceptionally well for yourself. And you've came from that. And here you are now. It's like, you've come a long way. Like you interview people and bring them on your show, talk about them and how well they've done. But like, I feel like people need to know like how well you've done. Like the crazy the crazy places you pulled yourself out of and shit like that. Like, I don't know. That's why like I was like, dude, that's Nyle. Like, I don't know. You definitely have like I think, I don't know how we got on this topic, but a lot more people look up to you than I think you know. Like, and I feel like you just recently started putting yourself out there like personality wise, but even before you started doing that, all around the fitness space in San Diego, when I was working out here, like people would be like, oh, like that's Nyle. Like, oh, like he's with Young LA. Oh, that's Nyle. Like, you know, he has 1 million followers. Oh, that's Nyle. Like he's big in the fitness industry, which is weird to think, you know. I don't know. I like your pictures, like your before and after picture. I'm like, dude, this dude has come so far. This dude has come so far. But, I don't know. It's crazy. Dude. I'm proud of you, dude. I don't know. I've known you that long, but I just look at you because I know what it takes for me to get from point A to point B, and I don't know all of your story, but from you to go to point A to point B too, you've probably gone through a lot of shit. So kudos to you.
Thanks, bro.
For making out the mud.
Thanks. Well, I talk about it here and there. I've talked about it a lot on my Instagram and captions. And then I think captions. I think I talked about it in like the video where I came open about like my Natty stuff. I think I talked a little bit about that there. And then I just talk about it on podcasts because that's the place where I'm able to open up with people. But I think that's kind of about it. Yeah. But that's why I like these intimate settings, these podcasts and stuff. Yeah. Because I also got to know what people like you have gone through, you know. Yeah. I like to hear your stories and I'm really interested in. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can I get a oh yeah? Shit. Thanks for asking that question though. It's nice to be asked that stuff. Show that people really care. Yeah. But I mean, it's the worst when you go out with someone. Or not even go out, just hang out with someone and you ask them a question and they just don't reciprocate anything. I feel like that's along the lines of not even just caring. I mean, yes, I do care, which is why I asked it. Yeah. And I'm interested as well. But you also, that's just also, I feel like a common courtesy. Like you ask people questions as well. Like, you grew up here in San Diego? Oh, yeah. Like, well, I grew up here too. Like, cool. It's like, okay. Well, but yeah, anyways. Well, I want to know a little bit more about like your background. Ooh. So, because you were telling me that you said like you didn't have a lot of confidence in yourself either. You also, were you like bigger or fatter or something, or was it skinny? Or I was just skinny, dude. You're skinny. Okay. So you're skinny. Yeah. Skinny little kid. Yeah. So you also had, you know, body dysmorphia, as I did. Small kid body dysmorphia. Exceptionally. Yeah, it was I mean, my whole life, I was like the littlest kid, no joke, the littlest kid in class all the way through high school. Like always. I was always picked last. Like that was just like a reoccurring thing for me. Like I just knew. And it wasn't that people didn't like me throughout middle school. They liked me as a person. I was just, when it comes time to play kickball, I could only kick it, you know, just past second base when other kids could kick a home run every time. You know, so it's like, well, this kid's a liability. Like, we're not going to pick this kid. And the ball goes up in the air and I lose it in the sun and fucking fall. You know, I'm not making any plays. You know, I'm not a highlight maker. You know what I believe? I believe Captain America, Marvel, was created for us. I think he wrote this story about us, about us bodybuilders who literally who were really small, and then we started taking steroids to be someone better. He did. Even when I like first started my social media back in 2 years ago, I have always referenced Captain America, and I'm like, how are you guys going to love this man who was a tiny, skinny, wimpy kid who just took super serum, came out jacked, and is now like the symbol of American hope in trying to save people? Yeah, and now it's like, okay, well, we're these skinny little kids, and we take super serum to just try and better ourselves, and it's like, no.
fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you guys suck.
Yeah.
You guys need to cheat to win. Like, nothing special about you.
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, just the skinniest little kid. And, I got tired of it. I finally went through high school, and, high school is a little more, I would say is a little more mean kids than in middle school, at least for me. And they made it very well known that I was exceptionally small and that I was exceptionally slow. And it didn't have a lot to bring to the table other than my awesome personality. And so, in high school is definitely where, like, you start getting more into like girls and guys, whatever, and I didn't have a lot that were interested in me. And so it sucks, being interested in girls and not having girls interested in you. And you see all your friends, they get boyfriends and girlfriends and this and that. And you're just kind of like, sick,
Sick.
Fucking sick. So, like junior year, I was like actually 17, about to turn 18 is when I kind of started working out because I wanted to start playing sports. And I wanted to play sports freshman, sophomore year. I just never did because I wouldn't play. There were other kids that were bigger and better than me, and I was not anything special, and I was actually super unspecial. If anything, I was not going to play. So there's no reason for me to waste my time practicing when I could go home and play Modern Warfare 2. And so I was just like, I would go home and play Modern Warfare 2. So finally, though, I was like, hey, I got to change. Like, I want to play sports. And so I started working out. Didn't work. It just didn't, I would go through and do like one set of everything on the circuit area. So I do one set of biceps, one set of triceps, one set of chest, one set of this, and then just nothing worked. And,
like, you just weren't seeing yourself gain any size.
Yeah,
progress.
I just thought, you worked out, you get big. That's what I thought. And it's not. I was eating like Wendy's and goldfish every day. Like, that was literally my diet was like Wendy's and goldfish, and then maybe every once in a while I'd have some oatmeal. And that was it. Like, I was probably sitting out, no joke, at probably like 1,000 calories a day for like ever. Like, I just never ate. I didn't even eat till like I got done with school around like 3 or 4. I just wasn't hungry.
Shit.
Yeah, I just had like a bird appetite. I just wasn't hungry. So I'd eat some candy.
Wendy's and goldfish.
Yeah, Wendy's and goldfish.
the key diet right there.
Dude, that's what this physique was built off of. And so,
dude, you know what's crazy, bro? We had a lot of similarities. Wendy's was mine too.
Really?
Yeah, my dad would.
People sleep on Wendy's.
They do. Bro, when I was at my fattest in middle school, I literally I was so addicted. I was eating a Wendy's Baconator every day. I loved Baconators, dude. That was my favorite fucking thing. Like, after school, the one thing I had to look forward to the entire day, my Wendy's Baconator.
Right.
My mom was like,
it was always there for
dude. My mom was like ripping me apart. She's like, you're fat, you look terrible, like, you need to lose weight. And I'd just be like, fine, like, whatever, I will. Like, she's like, that's why kids make fun of you. I would go to school and I would just dream of that Wendy's Baconator. And then after school, I'd go to my dad, like, when he'd pick me up, and I'd just cry, and I'd be like, Dad, please, this is all I want. Like, you guys just want me to study and work hard. Like, if I could just get the Baconator, I swear I'll just work hard and study. And like,
breaks my heart.
He would fucking feel so bad.
Yeah.
He would feel so bad that, like, even though most of the time he would try to stand up and say no, like, sometimes he would like be like, just don't tell your mom, finish it before we go home.
Yeah.
We'll throw it in the trash. Buy me a Wendy's Baconator.
Damn. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Best fucking days of my life.
Dude, I've always been, I feel like this is why people even know Wendy's is for, I think 3 things. One, I feel like they have the best chicken nuggets of any fast food restaurant, if you've ever gone. Like, their chicken nuggets are awesome. Their fries are made with real sea salt, and they have Frosties. It's like, dude, their fries and their Frosties are, I think, they're unbeatable. Like, I would still to this day rather go to Wendy's, maybe In-N-Out. In-N-Out's up there, but other than In-N-Out, I would rather go to Wendy's than any other, I think, fast food restaurant.
Okay.
Like, I still to this day,
I love Wendy's, bro. I agree with you. I'm a little bit like, I don't know about In-N-Out, to be honest. I think it's a little overblown out of proportion.
Yeah.
And that's funny coming from me because I loved California so much. Yeah. Like, the idea of California, that when I moved here, I was like, In-N-Out. Like, I got to get In-N-Out. But then I had it and I was like, I just feel like it's a lot of cheese.
I don't get any cheese. I don't eat dairy.
Oh, you just don't do the cheese. Okay,
yeah, I do no cheese. I actually don't even, I like the spread, but I don't even do spread.
I think I was spoiled by Steak and Shake in the Midwest.
I've never had.
Have you ever had that?
No, I've had Whataburger, and that's garbage.
Whataburger's good. Yeah, Whataburger's not that great.
Bro, people were like, Whataburger's better than now.
Whataburger's kind of ass.
You guys are like literally like have the worst. You guys were given the worst genetics for taste buds. That shit is disgusting.
My mom used to call it "Where's the burger?" Where's the burger?
It's just fucking greasy bread and gross lettuce and this nasty wrapping too.
You got to get yourself Steak and Shake at some point. You have to. It's fucking phenomenal. They have these tiny, tiny, thin little patties and these tiny, tiny, thin little fries, but the taste is fucking exquisite.
It's immaculate.
And yeah, and I love eating in a place that reminds me of the 70s. Or
is it
70s?
like a diner?
Like skates, like roller skates.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the 70s.
Yeah, I think it's like this, like the 70s, 80s ish, maybe 60s. Even. I think it might be 60s. Yeah,
maybe 60s.
Because I like bro. Do you ever remember like Ruby's Diner?
Yeah,
bro. Like I used to love Ruby's Diner because it was like the old like cafe, kind of like Johnny Rockets. Yeah. Like I used to love like that Johnny Rockets, Ruby Diner type of place.
Yeah,
but they don't really have them anymore, which is a bummer because I don't know why. I guess they never did well.
Huh.
It's a bummer. I would totally go there, especially when they're open 24 hours and have like all the neon lights and stuff. You'd go there at the end of the day, like after a movie or something super late. Anyways, whatever.
You gotta get the Steak and Shake though.
All right,
Steak and Shake's it's another game.
They have them in Vegas.
It's different, huh?
They have them in Vegas.
Oh, are you gonna be at the Olympia?
Yeah, I'm going to Olympia.
Yo, let's go. I'm gonna be at the Olympia.
Oh shit, no way.
Yeah, I'm my video editor. Oh, Trenscend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah. This guy's with Trenscend too.
Oh, dope.
But don't use his shit because he makes more money. I'm just playing. Fucking support this guy. He's like the best. But yeah, I'm bringing my videographer's coming along. He's gonna film it. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos out of it. So we should definitely send it.
Yeah, 100%. Where are you staying at?
Just wherever Jesse said, I guess.
Is Jesse putting you up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he hit me up too recently, bro. So last minute, he's like, "Hey, I got your hotel room in Vegas," and I was like, "Thanks." And he's like, "Yeah, you're staying at the Venetian." Didn't tell me the dates or anything. He didn't tell me anything. He's like, "Hey, I got your hotel room." I was like, "Okay."
I know.
So I'm banking on him having it because I haven't made a reservation.
That's funny.
I just bought my flight. So
he's a busy guy. I know he's been busy.
Extremely busy.
He told me he didn't even really have dates, but I think 16th to 17th or something. I like the dates that hopefully. He was just what he told me is that he's waiting for everyone to. He's waiting to see what everyone's doing, what their schedule's like.
Okay.
Before making a schedule.
Okay.
But yeah, let's fucking run it at the Olympia.
Yeah, we'll meet up there for sure.
Go out a couple times.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude.
In Vegas.
Yeah, that'd be super fun. But
yeah,
we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
But yeah. So, anyways. Just super small, super tiny. I feel like I have that a lot in common with a lot of different guys because a lot of high schoolers are really small and tiny and they want to be bigger and better. And I was that guy. And so then fast forward, graduated college, still super skinny. Right when I graduated, I grew a ton. Just stayed, I worked in sales, did sales and still worked out at the gym, Natty. And that was the highlight of my day every day is working out. Didn't see a lot of progress, but still did it. And then got my heart broken. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
That heartbreak makes bodybuilders like that is like a true thing.
Facts. I love that YouTube series.
It literally forces you into a deep depression, which then forces you into you having to pick yourself up by the bootstraps to get shit done. And you look yourself in the mirror and say, how can I better myself? And your first initial response is like, how can I feel like physically is normally a lot easier to better yourself physically than emotionally or mentally. And so I feel like that's the first thing that people come to.
It's an outlet.
Yeah. It's kind of like their outlet. And then once you start getting into the physical aspect of bettering yourself in the gym for yourself and to probably go find someone, then you start working on yourself mentally and emotionally and everything else. But I feel like physically is usually the first one that people come to because it's the one they can see, it's physical. So, and then I did, and then got this girlfriend. She was a personal trainer. She's a great girl. We don't really talk anymore, but she's a great girl.
You were broken up with a personal trainer.
Yeah, she broke my heart.
And then she started bodybuilding.
Yeah. She never did deadlifts, and or I never squatted, and I got her into squatting.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Kudos to me. She can thank me for that one. But
tell me the juicy story. Tell me the story of heartbreak.
The story of heartbreak. All right, the summarized story of heartbreak. She was like my dude. I've never been around someone in my life where she was like my best friend and also my girlfriend. Like that, this was the relationship that made me realize like you can have actually your girlfriend be your best friend and the person that you only want to spend time with, because I never wanted to go out with the boys unless she was there. I was like, we're going out tonight. I'm like, okay, Oh fuck! I said her name. You gotta cut that. You gotta cut it out. You
Do I have to?
Bro, fuck that.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay. Please, editor, please cut this out.
Edit it, cut that, or beep it out, or something.
Just beep it out. Yeah.
Just beep it out. And they'd be like, "Oh, come on, like it's a boys' night." I'm like, "No, like I really don't want to go. Like, what's the point of going? Like, she's literally my best friend. I enjoy hanging out with the most." And we were like, I was gonna marry this girl. Like, we lived together. We were together. We went through thick and thin. And COVID happened, and that was horrible for us. That was god awful because it forced us to live together in an
Holy
extra
shit! This was recent.
Yeah, this was over COVID, and it was really detrimental for us. And she was a personal trainer, and so all the gym shut down, and so she wasn't able to make any money anymore. So she was kind of struggling, and this is right when she was blowing up on TikTok, and then she resorted to OnlyFans and we talked about it. It was a consensual thing. She resorted to OnlyFans, and it just went down a bad path. And not that she did anything super, super bad or anything like that, but it was just hard on me. I never dated a girl before I had a social media following. I never dated someone who, is getting DM'd by a whole bunch of blue verified check marks. I never experienced someone who I would look
with your head.
It does 100%. Like a lot of guys are jealous, as I was, and I was also a lot younger, and I was still insecure. And seeing the types of people and the names of people who I knew and followed on Instagram that were low key like athletes and celebrities, like damning them, and I'm like,
you gave me flashbacks,
bro.
I just realized something.
What?
I want you to keep going, but I just realized the trauma.
Oh, your trauma?
I want you to finish your story.
Okay,
and then I'll tell you mine.
And
I'll write it down so I don't forget.
But it caused me to get jealous, and that jealousy would turn into bitterness, and then that bitterness came out against her in our relationship. And so she wasn't necessarily doing anything wrong, but just the whole situation, that the way it came out, it was just not good. And so it ended up going down a bad road for both of us, and it was better that we ended up splitting up. And so we actually didn't end on good terms at all. And actually, I haven't talked to her since like the date we broke up, like years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And but this is what like made you a bodybuilder?
Yeah, actually, so she was actually the girl that broke my heart.
Okay.
I actually kind of combined those stories, to be honest. She was actually the girl that broke my heart and broke up with me. And actually, she kind of cheated on me, kind of didn't. We were like together exclusively, but she ended up going and hooking up with another guy. And then I ended up doing the bodybuilding show. And then like after I did the bodybuilding show, she pretty much like was like, we were like, we still want to be together. So at the end of, after getting my heart broken and focusing on being a bodybuilder, she was like, I want to get back together. And then we got back together, and then all that shit happened, and then we broke up again. And that was like,
all what shit?
The shit of like the COVID and the OnlyFans and shit like that.
Okay,
that makes sense. Like I kind of combined those stories, to be honest.
Okay, I see.
So
so she did cheat on you at first. Yeah, at first. And then you guys broke up.
Yeah, and then we broke up, and then I was like, fuck, like I'm gonna focus on being a bodybuilder. I'm gonna go compete to get my mind off it. And I did. And then after I did that, she was like, I still want to be together. And then we got back together after I was already heartbroken. And then we're together for another like year and a half. And then all that COVID OnlyFans shit happened. And then I was like, okay, like this, and then I haven't talked to her since.
Holy shit. Yeah.
It was a lot of drama, dude. It was a lot of drama. And a lot of people were in our drama too.
Were they?
Yeah.
It's kind of the worst, especially if it's like friends.
Yeah, especially because she got so big on social media too. It was just like everyone, when she would post TikToks about me, like after we broke up, like there was some pettiness after we broke up. I don't think there is anymore, but after we broke up, like people would see the TikTok and send them to me. And so like I couldn't even escape it. And so it was like really like, it kind of threw me into like a depression. Like I never, this is actually wild. I never understood how someone could like be suicidal, but after like that whole breakup, I understood. I never was suicidal, but I understood how someone could get to that point, because day after day after day, I was in such a low spot, such a low spot, and it never got better. I was like, bro, if this is all life is, like, I don't want to live life like that. Not that I've thought about killing myself, but I was like, this sucks. Like, this would be a shitty ass life to live. And then I realized, like, this is why people end up like going down that road and turn to alcohol or drugs or whatever it is, and then they go farther down the rabbit hole, and it's to commit suicide. And I'm like, bro, that's a wild. So anyways, it forced me to, that's when I had to look at myself and be like, no, I need to change. And I pulled myself up out of the mud and focused on, I started my social media, and then I started, really getting into like body. That's when I really got into bodybuilding. Like I competed the first time with her when I broke up with her the first time when she cheated on me, and I never competed after that. And then I ended up, once we broke up the second time from the OnlyFans shit over COVID, that's when I'm like, I'm going to start my social media and go for my pro card. And then I went for my bodybuilding. That all took off.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very like overlapping, like, God, it brings back so much like anxiety even talking about it.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, not at all. I was just like, damn, that was a wild time in my life. Like all the emotions that you go through, the ups and downs, and it was a completely different time. I was a different person. Like,
builds you up though.
It does.
It did build you up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're a fucking tank, dude.
Definitely. I don't know. It's crazy how, the hard times, they can either build you up or they can tear you down.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, it really does come down to, I feel like it is a personal choice on if you're going to let it build you up and tear you down. Like obviously everything is going to have its toll that it takes on you. It's going to, no matter who you are. But at the end of the day, like no one's going to pull you up out of the hole. Like it's up to you to do that. You got to do that for yourself. You got to make that choice no matter how hard it is. And you got to get up and you got to keep going. And so for me, it took me like 3 or 4 months and finally I got sick of it. And I feel like I could have stayed there and gotten worse, or I could have climbed out of the hole. And I got sick of it. And I was like, no, this isn't who I am. This isn't who I'm meant to be. This is who I want to be. And so I fucking got up and now look where we are. Like completely changed my life and
fuck yeah, what
I do, who I am, the way I treat people, the way I talk to people, the way I treat girls, the way I talk to girls. Like I wasn't perfect in that relationship by any means, but I did learn a lot from it. A lot of like maturity in relationships, on communication, especially, so
I'm proud of you, dude.
So
that's fucking sick. I have a friend that can kind of relate to you in that sense. And it's crazy to have seen all the pain and depression that he's gone through, but luckily I've seen him grow so much and he's stronger now, and now it's like he's his own person, and it's like the breakup was the past and everything. But my friend Sony, my friend Michael, his ex is her name is Valkyrie. She has like 3 million plus on YouTube. She's one of the biggest. Wow. I don't know if she is the biggest, but like one of the biggest female Twitch like gamers. I think she is the biggest. I don't know.
I couldn't imagine 3 million followers.
Yeah, it's crazy because they were together for like 6-7 years. So like the whole career, the whole relationship. Yeah, it's like it's like fucking nuts. So when that ended, everywhere, Twitter, social media, everything, even like podcasts, literally with her being asked about her ex relationships and stuff. Yeah, he had to see all of it. So he's a strong man, though.
Yeah, good for him, dude. That's rad. It's hard because when you talk about relationships too, especially, I'd say bodybuilding, for anyone, any relationship that you're really truly like in love and invested in, if that goes south, it is wild how big of a toll that unless you check out. If you check out, then it's like, okay, I was already out of that relationship 6 months before we broke up, But if you're like in love and something happens, or you guys take a turn for the worse that you weren't expecting, the scope of all that it's going to entail on like the different outcomes it has on your life, like not only financially and how you perform at work, but then when you're at home, the way your demeanor when you're out with your friends, some of the choices that you might make out of emotion or impulse with other people, like it really does affect all the areas of your life.
It really does.
And that's why I feel like for me, it's actually been really hard for me to open up to actually having a relationship and not just like these 3-month-long flings. And then once I am seeing it go down that road, I kind of back off and like self-sabotage it for whatever reason, or just like dip, because if I'm happy, I've learned to be happy by myself. And so if since I've been by myself, I've been able to accomplish so much just putting all that effort and energy into myself, and I'm happy. So why would I risk all that and allow someone in an extra variable to come into my life that could potentially ruin it? And so because of that, I self-isolate to a certain extent and have my walls up and won't let anyone get close enough, because if they do, I'll just keep them away, and it's out of that relationship. And I guess that's something I need to work on for sure.
It's like opening up.
Yeah, it's like opening up, or allowing myself to commit. Like I do not like commitment. Okay. I do not like commitment at all.
Aren't you are in a relationship right now though? No, right? Or
it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Like I've been talking to this girl for, I would say, okay, yeah, no, fuck, it's complicated. You might have to edit this part out. I'll talk about it, but I've been talking to this girl for a long time.
Only whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I've been talking to this girl for like 10 months, and she's super, super awesome. Hopefully she
It's
doesn't.
the one I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't go watch this. Not that I'm saying anything bad, but it's just like, she's just very young. And
I understand that.
I've had.
I'm into moms now.
They're a lot easier. They're a lot easier. But it's I've had the same recurring issues over and over in this relationship with her, and it's caused it to go on the rocks because of that. And even in this entire relationship, it's kind of been like a 10-month long like fling for me. And I've told her that I haven't like allowed her to. I haven't like opened up to her really at all. Like it's all pretty it's all pretty superficial.
Holy shit.
Yeah, to be honest, like
10 months too. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's coming up on like a year. And like I invest in her a lot and try and help her out with a lot of shit that she does, whether it be her social media or her family life or her friendships or whatever else. And I challenge her and encourage her and try to make her the best person she can be. But I don't really let her into my life at all. Like I don't tell her really what's going on with my family.
Why not?
Because it's
Are you scared?
It's none of her business.
Bro. 10-month relationship.
It's not okay. It's not that it's not none of her business, but
She tells me everything, but it's not of her. But my shit's none of her business.
Dude, that sounds so fucked up. But bro, like the moment you like start confiding in someone or start leaning on someone and you become codependent, I feel like that's when you are opening yourself up for disaster. Which it's that's such like I feel like a toxic way to think because
vulnerability. It's true. It's true. But you don't have to become dependent on someone by opening up or telling them.
You're true. It's very, very true. You don't. I just don't like the idea of being vulnerable with other people. It's so bro.
I gotcha.
Bro, why would I put myself in a situation where I can get hurt? I just don't.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what it boils down to. Is I'm not going to put myself in any situation that's going to allow me to get hurt. And if that's a relationship, then it is. You know, I'll maintain that relationship at a distance.
It's hard for us bodybuilders who have been through that emotional trauma and that pain. It's hard for us to open up like that.
Yeah, especially because I realize these are issues like I have. Like I know I have these issues. I need to work on them. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm not at a place where I'm ready to do that.
Yeah,
not work on them, but like I'm not at a place where I'm ready to, you know, go the distance with someone like that.
I think that's where I'm lucky right now. Is that I don't know how at this age, but I have finally been able to get past that. Like I'm like just like you have from the shit I've been through. I've finally been able to learn how to open up and move past things, and I think that's because I was so suicidal and so self-harming as a kid.
Okay, so you were suicidal as a kid.
I was suicidal.
Okay. And is that I'm trying to figure out how to word this. That stemmed from just everything in general, from like your relationship with your parents and like and at school and your friendships and being bullied. That's like everything combined.
Yeah.
That made you that way, correct? Damn.
Yeah. Crazy to think now how much I technically fight for my life in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas back then I was many times just giving up. But I don't know, dude. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes I wonder if it's just the psychedelics I took, which is why I like fucking open up now. But I don't know, dude. Like luckily I've been able to get to the place where it's like I can open up to people, and now I can like truly make loving connections with people, and it's the most fulfilling thing in my entire life. But now I'm not so scared because I feel like the pain is nothing based off of what I've been through. Maybe I think I've just like I don't know if it's I think I'm like an emotional masochist to myself.
Yeah,
I've always been a simp and I've always been hurt, and so I started trying to go into physical pain. I used to cut myself a lot, do a lot of shit, like I bashed my head into my parents' walls like so many times that I made like so many holes they made me fucking patch up and shit. It's fucking stupid because it's not even with my hand. It was like with my fucking skull. But
that's it's crazy to think though, like someone yourself had so much like inner pain and inner turmoil that it came out physically. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I'm hurting so bad inside that I need to feel that or exert that on the outside.
I think a lot of people go through that though. I think there's a lot of people that, like, especially I think men too. A lot of us,
a lot more than I think people
our anger
think about.
We take out in physical ways.
See, I've never been at that point. Like, I've been really blessed where growing up I had a very stable home. Now I do not. Well, now I do not. I'm older now, but like my parents got divorced until when I was like 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
But up until that point, like it seemed, I thought, I mean, their relationship was god awful when they put on a front for us kids or whatever. But but it seemed like it was stable. And I was poor when I was really young, and my dad's business took off, and then it became financially stable. So I didn't really have to worry about the finances when I was younger. When I was a kid, I didn't have to worry about my parents not being together or my dad or mom being out of my life. I didn't really have that. Like, I was a very stable. I never cut myself. I never bashed my head. I never did any of that because it's kind of shit. Like a I don't know what it's called. It was a fake, but I thought it was real. My parents kept me in a very like eggshell, like in a little bubble where I was like protected.
Gotcha.
And so I never went through that. So I can't really relate to you on that level. Like, the most depressed I've ever been was like after that breakup where I had the most inner turmoil or anything like that, where I was the most sad or self-sabotaging, whatever else. And so, but you're right. A lot of people do go through that. And a lot of my friends have gone through that level of like pain and stuff like that. But
I think it's still scary, but like I don't know if it's on purpose, maybe it was, but I'd say it was with intention to like grow, but I like purposely put myself in like open relationship containers and such and things like that, because I was the most jealous kid and I wanted to get over my jealousy. I like saw Aubrey Marcus, for example, and I remember seeing him with multiple girlfriends, multiple wives, but this guy also would talk about how, he would find out his girlfriend would have sex with this person, or these girls would have sex with this person, and how he felt and like how it would tear him up, and he would just vomit. And I was like, wow, that reminds me of me when I was a kid, except that I was the most jealous fucking kid and I couldn't do that shit.
yeah.
So then moving here and everything, I like decided like, you know what, I want to try this. I want to put myself through this like ice bath of emotion. And so I did. And now I think I realized that I can literally put myself through anything emotionally and I will be okay, because all that shit was like very numbing and like callousing.
Yeah.
And I feel callous now. But I also realized that in opening up and being able to make connections with people, I feel a lot happier that I can at least do that. Like opening myself up, making connections with like, say, like, I don't know, my friend Ryan, my best friend Ryan, and then connect with him, and then he passes away and stuff. Like, that's really heartbreaking to me, and it makes me sometimes not want to, right? But then I realized like all of life being numb is a lot less exciting than to feel the highest highs and the lowest lows. I would rather feel it all.
Yeah, no, you aren't wrong. It's, I don't know. That's what you just said, like, that was a lot. That's a lot to take in, because it gives you a lot to think about. Because
it is a lot. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, no, I don't want to feel that. Sometimes you're just like, I don't want to do this. Just fucking snort some ketamine and be a fucking tranquilized horse instead.
Some ketamine. Just throw yourself down a K-hole. Just fucking stay there. No, dude. I would say too, I think you have gone through a lot, in the sense of, mind you, if everyone like watches this, I've known you for years. I've only known you for, like, I would say our friendship, I would say 8 months, maybe a year. I don't know, something like that. But even before that, I've known the things you've gone through because I've seen your friend. We had mutual friends, and I know I've seen the things you posted about. Like, for example, I've seen you lose multiple of your best friends in just the last 2 years. Like, you lost a friend over COVID, doing like a backflip into a pool.
Yeah.
And then this last one you lost at a concert as well. And then on top of that, then you have your whole just life story of your relationship with your parents, and then being bullied and everything else you've gone through to get to where you are now. And it's just crazy to me to think all the things that you've gone through have built you up to this point, but all the things that you've taken from those situations, and you're someone who is like living proof. You've taken those things and let them, I guess, build you up so that way you can like talk to other people about them and use them for good, as opposed to someone who's lets them go for bad, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people just losing one friend, they'll be destroyed, and they're not saying that you aren't like heartbroken, or because you probably are. Like I've seen like how hurt you've been, through all of this. But losing one friend, losing two friends, growing up being bullied with your parents, whether they they approve of what you do or not, that is so key for a lot of people. Don't understand like making your parents proud is like so crazy, especially if like I feel like we've talked about like from your culture as well. And so everything that you've gone through, you're someone who has taken all those situations and taken the best out of them to make yourself a better person, when most people aren't mentally or physically able to take that and make themselves a better person. They let them tear them down, and they stay there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like when I think you, like, I do not think like you are someone who, no one should look at you and think like you've had it easy. Like I've been a follower of yours for a long time, and I guess now a recent friend of yours,
mm-hmm.
and I've seen what you've gone through, and it's a lot. But your character is like unmatched, I would say, to a lot of people that I know. Like you're like who you are as a person. I don't know. I just think it speaks leaps and bounds about who you are, and like the kind of shit that you put out, the content, and the value that you bring and what you have to offer. I don't know why I got into this, but I just think I don't know. I was telling someone today, I'm like, I'm going to do a podcast with Nyle. Like, oh, Nyle. I was thinking on my drive here, and I was like, dude, like, this is pretty freaking awesome. Like, this is pretty freaking awesome. Not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would say like you definitely inspire me. Like I look up to you for sure on so many different levels, and so I don't know. Every time I think about you, I'm like, damn, dude, this dude's freaking awesome. I don't know what else to say, but
thank you, man. Sincerely, thank you. I look up to you too, dude. I really do. We
lost our mic. We're back.
We're good.
We're back.
The way that you can. Literally, like I just see it in your strength and just how you talk on your content. I just feel like I mean, then again, maybe it goes back to the things that you've been through and the fact that you can't, that you don't really like to be vulnerable. But like, I just feel like you have so much strength. I just feel like you're immovable of a force. And like you represent so many things that so many people would be so fucking scared to do. But like you started it, man. You started the wave. You started talking about PEDs. You started talking about the shit you were going through up there. And then not only are you like a representation and like a model, but you're also helping people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think people look at like the transparency part, the honesty part, and they think like, oh, like you have to be like pretty confident and like strong to be able to talk about that type of shit and be that open about it, But I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily think like I'm honestly like that strong of a person. I think more. Some people might think like you might think I am. I really don't think I'm like that strong of a person, to be honest with you. I think it just comes down to, dude, I really just want to help people. That sounds so cliche, but like I think that's really what it boils down to for me, because I was the kid that wish I had people to help me, and like up until I was 13, like my dad ended up leaving, and I didn't talk to him until I was like 21. So I didn't have a dad in my life, and I didn't have anyone to talk to me about the things that I wanted to know about or learn about or teach me things. And I was taken advantage of in a lot of different ways, whether it be people on social media, selling fake shit, lying to you, or, pretending like they want to help you, but just so they can get an $8 commission. And, I see the kid, especially with how social media has gone these days, I see all the kids that are getting bullied, all the kids that are not just like stupid, like Modern Warfare 2 lobby type bullying where you just call people names just to call people names, or like actually like being bullied like in school. And I look at them like, dude, like what can I do to help these people, and why, these kids that are messing themselves up, or, selling turkesterone or disterone, or, all these people saying it's going to absolutely change your physique and make it wild. And I'm just like, dude, I just want to like help people know the truth about the reality of the world, and not to in a negative light, like this is the reality of it. Like, don't be a pussy.
Like red pill.
Yeah. But just like black and white, like kind of give it to them straight. So at least they know. And when you're that young, it's so easy to be naive and not know, or not even know where to start. And I just wish I had someone back in the day that told me where to start, or at least pointed me in a direction. Like I had no one pointing me even in a direction when I was young. And that was I was just looking up, down, side to side. I didn't know where to go, what to pursue, what to even Google search, just how to get big, how to, get over heartbreak. It's just random shit, how to stay motivated. Like I didn't have an older male figure or anyone in my life to tell you, when times get tough, like, it's up to you to make the decision to keep on going. Like discipline. If you stay disciplined, like good things will come, treat others how you want to be treated, like feed basic principles into you. And it's like, if I had someone to help me, like I think like where would I be today?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. I got to run to the restroom real quick and like restart this camera.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
We're going deep. Okay. Back to the shit. So actually there's a lot of things that I actually wanted to ask you about.
Alrighty.
So
run through them.
As we try to wrap this up, I'm going to fucking ask you all of it because I'm so curious about everything. But one thing I forgot that I wanted to say though, what were we talking about? We were talking about taking steroids. Oh yeah. Back when we were younger.
Yes.
You remember when we were like trying to figure out how to like grow and how to like become bigger?
Oh yeah.
All that shit as like a kid.
Oh,
dude, like I had hardcore asthma, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how, those inhalers that you use to, dude. So I remember being told that the albuterol inhaler is a steroid.
It is.
And so,
well, kind of,
yeah,
it's not, but like,
so like being like 12 years old, I was like, no fucking way. So I would just take like extra puffs of my inhaler because I thought it would like I thought I would like maybe like enhance just a little bit, like make my lungs just a little bit stronger.
It's so
That's so fucking dumb,
dude. It's like
it's hilarious, dude. What a foreshadow.
Is it not the Clenbury? Is it albuterol? Is that what's in it?
Yeah,
it's almost
albuterol
like
inhaler.
Yeah. Make you a little jittery.
Like
give you a little rush. Burn a little extra calories. You take it on prep. Give it to some girls.
My albuterol inhaler.
Yeah.
Just a couple puffs.
Just a couple puffs in the morning with your fasted cardio.
I'm not gonna lie. Now I actually do sometimes I'll do like a puff before the gym because I'll feel like I'll have like barely a tinge bit of asthma, but it's not enough where I should be taking a puff. But then I take a puff and then I suddenly feel like I'm Captain America and my lungs are just like
you can suck everything into it. Yeah,
it's crazy.
I used to. This was bad. I would take a hit before I would take a hit. I'd take a puff before I would go to smoke hookah.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I felt like it would like I could get bigger breasts.
Enhance your hookah.
Yeah, enhance my hookah experience.
Dude, that's hilarious.
It's horrible.
It's so funny. All us little like boys were like into the same shit, anyways. Like low key, like I don't know how much percentage of the world are steroid haters or whatever, but like I just feel like most of us were just like, how the fuck do we like are there extra substances for us to get extra fucking jacked? Like how do we become like superheroes and shit? You know?
I used to look into everything. They used to have those like the pro hormones used to be huge back in the day. You can get all the different pro hormones from any shop, all the sketchy vitamin shops that you'd go to. You just get pro hormones. Used to look into those. Used to look at all the different proteins. Go on the websites and see whatever random shit. The deer antler, if you remember that from like, do you remember that? Like deer antler used to have like testosterone. It used to boost your testosterone if you like take like the deer antler spray.
Oh,
shit
dude,
like
I remember hearing about that. I didn't really do any research on that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I remember the very first thing I ever had after my first few gym sessions in my garage, because that's how I started lifting, was I got my parents to like one day I just snapped, started fasting, started like just starving myself because I was fat. I lost like 40 pounds within a month to a month and a half. It was it was a big crazy thing where I literally like snapped. You're just
done being fat.
Yeah, because there's this, I've talked about it before, so I don't really want to go over it too much, but basically like I went home and I was crying about like some kids who were bullying in my school, and my mom was finally like, well, don't be fat then. That's why they make fun of you. Like they wouldn't be making fun of you if you weren't fat. And I was like, that's valid.
You're like, good advice, mom.
Just started vomiting. But then I was like stronger in the weight room. The first time we were introduced to weights was in football in middle school. And the crazy thing is like, cause I was in karate, right? I would be doing in karate, they make you do a lot of like push-ups. Yes, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. Sit-ups like 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. in the start of every single session. It was like a ritual. Like you would start the ritual with your hands behind and then like saying some kind of like chant or something, and then like saying respect, sir, or something, whatever. And then they would have you do push-ups and count, sir, sir, sir. And I think because of that, because I was fucking obese, I like built some fucking strength, bro. Yeah. I ate a lot of food and I carried some heavy ass weight.
Yeah.
Heavy ass weight as in my fucking heavy ass. And so then when we were in the weight room, right, introduced the bench press for the first time, I realized I was like, holy shit, I was never good at anything physical. But for the first time, I'm one of the strongest in the room. And that's when I was like, I know what my thing is. It's fucking lifting. I'm gonna start lifting. Got my parents to buy me a bench press set and some other things for my birthday. And obviously because it's something that bettered myself, they were like, yeah, absolutely. Like we'll get you this.
Yeah.
Still won't get you the video games. Still won't get you your fucking video game player that you always wanted. But and the very first thing that I fucking got really obsessed with, I was like, every single time after I finished my gym sesh in my garage, while I was just staring at my reflection doing curls in my mom's like Honda Pilot reflection of fucking glass window.
Honda Pilot.
I would just smash a builder's bar. I saw those protein bars because like when I would go to like tennis class at tennis club, I remember the builder bar was like right next to the checkout in the front desk. Yeah. And then I asked my dad, like, Dad, can I buy one of these? Like this was like the very first week I ever started working out. And he's like, oh yeah, it's better than Wendy's.
Yeah. Honestly.
Better than the Baconator.
Yeah. Bought
me the builder's bar, and I just remember I thought it was the fucking like magic stick, dude. I was like, dude, I fucking valued each bite so much. I thought this was the bar that was going to change my life. I literally thought it was steroids in a bar.
Dude, the protein bar. The fact that you said that, so there's two things. One, when I was young, my grandma took me. She knew I was little. Like, just look at me. And so she would take me to GNC, and she was like, she talked to the guy, the GNC salesman, and be like, oh, like, what can we do to get him big? He just sold us some generic GNC protein. And I remember I would take 1 scoop of protein a day on top of my Wendy's and Goldfish when I first started working out. I was like, this is going to be the thing that makes the difference for me. Like, this is going to change my physique. And then the other thing I remember back in the day, if you guys remember like the animal stack, you remember that?
I mean, low-key, it probably was. But like compared to Wendy's and Goldfish, it probably was the one thing.
From like 45 grams of protein to like 65 grams of protein a day.
Oh, one scoop. Oh, okay.
1 scoop a day. Like
1 scoop.
Yeah, it was god awful.
That's hilarious.
Take it after my workout and thought I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna start getting bigger. And I was like, dude, no shot. It just doesn't. But that's the thing. Like, that's literally how people think. Like when you're young, like you thought that, the builder's bar. I thought it was this GNC generic brand whey protein, 1 scoop a day. That was going to be the thing. Like that was the determining factor on me having a jacked physique and me not. Like that's how naive and I guess unknowledgeable my brain was back then,
That's so fucking funny, man. My brains as a kid.
Dude, but now like kids have so much like so much, there's so much information so accessible with TikTok and with YouTube and everything, how far social media has come. Like, bro, the kids are like 15, 16, 17 making their own, workout splits and workout meal plans because their favorite influencer who's 19 has been working out and has a crazy ass physique, and he can just go and they know what counting macros and what fats and carbs and how they work together and all this.
Everyone knows what a macro is. I remember when nobody had any clue what that was.
Bro, I had no clue what a macro was until I was my first coach when I was 24 was like, or my second coach actually, he's like, oh, so what are your macros right now? And I was like, I don't know. I've never counted them. I don't know how. And he's like, I've never tracked my food. Like, I've never even weighed my food. And now that's just like a normal thing that everyone does, no matter what age you are. It's just how different times have changed.
It's
now.
So different now. It's crazy. Widespread knowledge has changed. Going off of that though, question that I was curious.
Okay.
Because You, dude, I love your content, bro. I fucking love your content. That's why I'm so happy you're on this podcast.
Okay.
But it's also really funny that you are known as the Tren guy.
Oh God.
Can you tell me a little bit about Tren and your experiences with Tren? And I heard that. Well, no, you go.
No, what'd you hear?
Tell me first, and then this will be the second question.
Okay, so Tren for me, I always said when I started running gear, I will never run Tren. I'll never do it because it's the god of all, it's fucking Zeus of anabolics. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that in my body. It's made for fucking cows. No shit.
Well, not just because it's Zeus. It's like, because it's like, I don't know. It's like the Hulk juice. It's like if everything else is Captain America, this is the Hulk juice, right?
This can make you absolutely crazy, but it can also make you absolutely insane with all the side effects and everything it can do to you. And why it was created. I was like, no shot, I'm taking that. First time I took it, I had my friend there, and it was like my first pin all over again. Like I was drenched in sweat, and instead of putting a yellow syringe, yellow oil into my body, I am now putting gold brown oil because Tren is like that golden brown. And I was like, bro, this does not look healthy. And I was drenched in sweat, and I made sure my buddy was there because I was so worried about it. And it just went in like a normal injection. It just went in. But for me, like I honestly have ran like 5 Tren cycles now, 2 growing ones, 2 growing cycles, 2 prep cycles of Tren. And then I threw it in one time just because I wanted to look jacked randomly. Like, I was like, I want to look jacked in the next month, and I just threw it in. But no, dude, I hate to say it because it's so bad to say, and a lot of people might see this and be like, oh God, like they might take this as a green light because I like it so much, but dude, I really love Tren. Like I really do. Like it is a crazy, awesome compound, and my body tolerates it exceptionally well. If my body did not tolerate it exceptionally well, I probably would hate it. But because I really don't have any sides besides the insomnia, the night sweats, and my crazy, crazy sex drive when I'm on it, like I probably wouldn't like it. But, I don't know. It really is great. It's a great drug. It's a great compound, but it's horrible. It's horrible. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's great.
It's freaking awesome,
but it's horrible. Don't do it.
Seriously, guys, don't do it because it becomes addicting. When you see those kind of results that quick, and especially if you train Natty for a long time and you don't see the results, but I make this joke all the time. I'm like, imagine going to the gym just to be fucking Natty and see no progress. Because it's like, dude, like after you have that initial stage of 1 to 2 years of like growing naturally, you kind of hit a pretty quick plateau, right?
You do.
And you can obtain a crazy physique, but it takes a lot longer of a time.
Right.
And
you had to get fat. You have to get fat. People want to,
if you want to actually grow.
You can't have the best of both worlds unless you're running heavy stuff.
Yeah. And so you go and you take Tren one time. Or take any gear and then go take Tren. And then it's just like, you just take Natty to gear and then gear to Tren. It's like another jump. And so
wow, holy shit.
Have you ever taken Tren?
No, I haven't.
You've never taken Tren, bro. So, your physique would look insane on Tren.
Thank you, bro.
Wild.
Just like you were saying, I think I'm one of the people that isn't going to respond well to Tren. Like for example, when I've taken like Winstrol, until I finally, it saturates and finally my body gets used to it, I'm okay. But like, dude, like literally just 25 milligrams of Winstrol. I don't think that's a lot. 25 milligrams of Winstrol when I start taking it. Like that first night, second night, and third night, I can't sleep. My heart isn't. I checked my blood pressure. It's fine. I checked my heart rate. It's fine. It's all within range. But the heart itself, for some reason, is loud. Like it's pounding. So like the moment I take the dose, my heart is louder and it's just pounding in my ears like this, and I can't go to sleep. And I'm trying to figure out. I'm suspect that. Part of it is the rise and increase in DHT, which makes me more alert, right? So that's why it's harder to go to sleep because I'm fucking like it's fucking midnight and I'm alert as shit. I just took a dose. But the other thing is like the fucking heart pounding is.
Do you take it at nighttime?
No, I split it. I split up the dose.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like twice a day, like one in the morning and one at night. Okay. Or well, actually, I prefer the pre-workout because you fucking feel the difference in the pump, dude. You feel the difference.
Yeah, that's why I take my Anavar. I take it always before.
Nice. Nathan loves his Deca pump or his Debo pump.
Bro, have you ever tried Superdrol? Bro, that is my shit, bro. Yeah? I think that's I think that's my favorite compound over anything. Really? I think it's Test. Obviously Test, but like Superdrol, Tren, and then whatever else. But like Masteron maybe. I love.
Whoa, Superdrol is over Tren.
Yeah, okay. I think Superdrol over Tren just because, dude, the pumps that you get, how full you get so quick, and so you get crazy full, you get crazy strong, and it doesn't add a lot of like water or bloating to me at all. So it's almost like you get the D-ball and the Anadrol and the Anavar like all into one in your body. That being said, it's stupid fucking toxic. Like it's like on the levels of Tren in terms of toxicity. And if you're going to run it, like, you should not do a lot. Like, I do like 25 milligrams every other day. I would like to do more every day, but I feel like I got my blood work done on it, and my liver enzymes are kind of high.
Yeah.
But I just doing 25 milligrams.
Trash your cholesterol too.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it wasn't horrible. My cholesterol honestly never actually gets too bad, even when I'm running like Tren and everything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It actually doesn't get really bad for me. I was talking to Jesse, and he was like, your cholesterol, you never even mentioned it. He's like, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like the best because obviously I'm on gear.
Yeah,
but it's not like anything to be concerned about at all.
That's awesome.
And
what's the ratio, if you don't mind me asking?
Dude, I actually don't remember. I can't tell you. I've gotten like 5 blood works done, and like I've been getting blood work done like every month for the last like 4 months now, because I got it done during my prep cycle, right after my prep. And then now I'm into my growing cycle, and I'll get them and send them to you so you can see.
All right.
But the only thing my thyroid was a little fucked, because I think because of the T3 and T4
I could see that
coming off it.
Yeah.
So now I'm on Armor Thyroid, but no, the Super Draw, bro. If you should take it sometime. You should try it. Don't try it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, that's why I waited to take out all these compounds and do any heavy stuff, is because I wanted to wait until I was ready to really start competing for my pro debut, which I am now. So starting this January,
it's gonna be awesome.
I have no clue what my coach is going to put me on, but I'll report back to you.
If you ever do Super Draw, I would or D-ball or Anadrol, I would definitely, unless it's for a pro. Or you're on prep for a show, I would definitely recommend doing it injectable if you can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I find it a lot better, and I don't feel shitty. Like when I take orals,
it's not like injectable Winnie where like it's weird.
No, like I find that I'm on injectable Super Draw right now, and I find that I feel a lot better. I don't feel shitty like when I'm taking orals. I feel like because it kind of bypasses the liver a little bit, like you don't, or the kidneys or whatever, it doesn't really, you don't feel as just like groggy, like lethargic-y. Like I feel like when I took oral Super Draw, I was very lethargic. And then when I'm taking injectable, I don't feel that at all.
Okay.
And so,
do you think it's also because of the rate of absorption?
It could be. I feel like it could be, but at the same time, like I know if you take the oral Super Draw, it's a lot easier to manage. You know, to time it when you're like show hopping, like show to show. It's better to take oral Super Draw because you can time it, because you have to withdraw it at a certain point because, like you said, the rate of absorption. But I feel like because I'm in a growing period, I don't necessarily think it would matter that much because my food and everything else is still high. I just feel like it's a cleaner way to take it. If that makes sense.
Okay. But, cool. Sick. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to suggest for my bulking cycle here. Yeah. Yeah. And I really do want to save Tren for my first pro debut prep. Just because I feel like
I saved it for my prep when I was going for my pro card. I'd never taken it until and then I took it, and it was night. I mean, it was night and day. It really is. Like you take it and you already look crazy, and then you take that and it makes everything pop and brings it out so much more than it already is. And you know, but you don't even need a lot of it too. Like, you know, you hear guys talking about, I'm taking 400 milligram Tren, 500 milligram. Bro, I ran it at 200.
Which Tren?
Tren A.
Tren A.
Mm-hmm. I run.
They say 400 Tren A.
Yeah. I'd say a lot of guys on TikTok, like, I'm running like they'll max or they'll match like their Tren with their test, and I'm just like, I don't need that.
That sounds like a lot.
It is a lot, and people take that much shit, and I don't understand why people feel the need to take so much shit so early on.
Huh.
Like obviously, like we know, everyone responds different to different compounds, right? You know, but why are you even taking Tren in the first place within your first or second cycle?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't. And most people, because Tren has been so talked about because it gets so many views, and that's what's blasted in your face on TikTok and social media now. It's a test and Tren. Everyone wants to take, that's what you should take for your steroid cycle to gain the most test and Tren.
I think some kids that are in the pain that we were through, like the worst heartbreak, the worst emotional traumatic pain, I don't know, maybe something with family and friends, they're just like, they would rather die than not make something of themselves right now.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. So,
I mean, everyone wants it sooner. They want it now.
They do. They want it sooner than later. Can you tell us like all the side effects of Tren?
Yeah.
Just so.
Okay, so I would necessarily, I have four side effects that I know that I have. One is my insomnia. I get really, I guess technically 5. And it's all usually with sleeping. Crazy bad insomnia. Like I do not sleep when I'm on Tren usually, especially if I eat later in the day, like before bed, like carbs. I start getting crazy night sweats as well. And so like I'm going through 2-3 t-shirts a night, waking up in pools of sweat.
Dude, I remember seeing that TikTok of yours.
And people are like, why are you sleeping in a t-shirt? And it's like, because I don't want to wash my sheets every single night. Like but to make my bed, it takes a long time. So I'd get up and I'd rinse off, multiple times a night sometimes because it got so bad. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm a little sweaty. Like it was like you jumped out of a swimming pool. Like my boxers, my sweats, everything else is so soaked. So it's got more annoying than anything. If you don't stay on top of it, I would sometimes break out a little bit, but I usually don't struggle with acne. So the insomnia was really bad. My night sweats were really bad. So I wasn't sleeping and I was sweating. And when I did sleep, I sweat a ton. My sex drive was, oh my God, guys, it's hard to explain because people like will think, dude, he's exaggerating. But for me, it was almost unbearable. Like I would go to when I was in sales. My first time I took it, I worked a sales job. I was jacking off in the morning. I was jacking off at work, and I was jacking off when I went home. And my dick would be raw because I was jacking off so much. And then I couldn't jack off because my dick hurt. But I was so horny. So it became very frustrating. And then when that happened, then my mood, I would get really annoyed and I was getting very frustrated very easy.
No way.
And so it was kind of like this, it was this weird thing of me being so, and also my thought, bro, if you are on Tren as well, your thoughts go to the extremes. So if you're already a person that's on the extreme end of sexuality, like you like to experiment or do a little more like kinky type shit in bed or whatever else, and then you take Tren, multiply that by 10, and that's what's going to be happening now. And then it opens up your mind to things you never would have thought about, which is like really I thought about some shit that I was like, bro, this is some weird ass shit. Like the things I would have to think about now after taking Tren to kind of get off are a little outlandish as well.
Oh my God, dude.
So it's been a struggle.
Like permanently changed your mindset.
No,
there.
It did. Like before, just having sex
fuck.
with a girl, I could get off just having sex because obviously it feels good, and I have a hot girl in front of me I'm having sex with. Now I have to
fucking cockhold.
Yeah, no, legit fucking shit, dude. I'm like, bro, I'm thinking about some random shit of like other dudes like entering my sex life with the girl I'm talking to, like banging her brains out because that's the shit that like my.
No way.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's gone down a really far rabbit hole and I'm having to like recover it, like try and like pull it back and taper it off.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking insane. So this podcast is not sponsored or paid by anyone, but my personal sponsors that I make my living off of is Young LA, huge supplements that both discount code Nyle will help support, and then Trenscend HRT is my HRT clinic, bodybuilding-friendly HRT clinic. That if you guys are interested in any of the things that we were talking about in this podcast, healing peptides, PCT, test, TRT, all the above, even growth hormones, cretagogues, then you can click the link in the bio. And Markus is also a part of Young LA and Trenscend as well. So he also has his own link and his own code. Yep. Code Markus.
Code Markus.
Yeah, code Markus as well. So if you'd like to support either of us, that's the best way to. That is fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. Dude.
Like
that's
I haven't
insanity.
done it yet. Like
I'm scared now.
I haven't
I'm
done
scared
that.
of Tren now.
But like it's gone down that road. And like if, for example, I try not to. Obviously, like any kid, I was addicted to porn when I was little. And I don't really watch it anymore. But when I have watched it now, the types of things I type into my search bar are disgusting. They're just fucking filthy. And so don't watch porn. It's horrible. There's so many reasons why not to watch it. But when you but just to prove a point, like you go down that rabbit hole and you don't really see the light of day anymore. Like it just keeps going. And as I've taken more and more Tren cycles, it's kind of gotten worse continuously. And when I come off it, I definitely rebound back. But because I've already thought about those types of things, like my mind is already open to them now, if that makes sense.
God damn, dude, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, like I already feel like I require a lot of things for stimulation. Mm-hmm. Like this is a story for another time, but because I was always holed up in my room and stuff, and then obviously I hacked into the computer, all this shit, wasn't able to see people. I desensitized myself to sex as a kid because. I mean, what else are you going to do when like I'm not allowed out of the house to see anyone and all this shit, Well, fuck, I'm going to fucking yeah, I'm gonna fucking yak off in the middle of the night while I'm playing RuneScape and watching anime.
No joke. That desensitizing yourself, I feel like with my first Tren cycle that I did when I was on prep, I did the exact same thing because you locked yourself in a kid as a room. When you're on prep, what do?
Oh yeah,
nothing.
Yeah,
you
nothing.
sit at home. You literally go to the gym,
eat, digest,
and you eat shitty food, and then you can only watch so much Netflix. And then you're sitting there by yourself and it's like, what do I want to do? Well, I'm fucking horny out of my mind, and I want to jack off, and so let's go into the room. And then you're stuck on that for 2-3 months. So it's like, bro, for 2-3 months, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then now I feel like I desensitized, and like you, I feel like I require a lot in order to, be sustained or whatever you want to say. Like
it's literally a feat now that I have to force myself for like weeks and like months in straight to never look at any porn, never look at anything very sexual at all, try to fucking keep my hands off my dick at all points possible, just so when the time comes that I'm stimulated enough to have sex with someone. I can't dude, like I had the last time I was with a girl, she was like, holy shit, you last a really long time, don't you? And I was like, well, yeah, that's the issue, is that I won't be able to get off with you unless I make myself. Like, unless I literally make myself think about like fucking getting off. The things that, like, otherwise I can last.
It's a lot
forever.
of work. Like, it's a lot of work
because it's so desensitized. Yeah,
like it's not just like, oh, like I'll just go and hook up with this girl and get off. Like, no, it's a lot of work. Like when I'm like in the moment doing shit, like it takes me a lot to think about and a lot to get off. And like you, like I try and keep my hands and everything away from myself, and I try not to look at things. And I don't look at things a lot, because so when that time comes that I can actually do it.
Right.
But in the same way, like I am a very visual person as well. So when I'm going to hook up, I don't say hook up, but when I'm going to get with a girl, whether it's the girl that I'm talking to, whatever else, if, for example, the light isn't on, if I can't see anything, like I won't be able to even like get hard. Like if I can't see anything, if the room's pitch black, I won't be able to get hard.
Yeah,
no matter what happens. Like, or if for whatever reason,
Cialis, baby.
Yeah, well, that's where that fucking Tadalafil comes in.
Click our link for Trenscend.
Yeah, thank God for Trenscend.
They honestly have the fucking best Cialis that fucking melt in your gum.
I tell everyone, I was like, bro, if you go through Trenscend, I was like, you're already doing the process. I was like, throw in the Cialis. I'm telling you, it will. Because you don't even have to take it every day. Like, just take it when you want to take it. But like 1 4-month prescription will last you like a year. It's lasted me almost a year now.
Plus, I don't even know how people can get it, but like the fucking what is it? The Winnie and Anavar Troches that you and I have been able to get is literally fucking game changing. Yeah, my liver enzymes are like 28 and 30 right now. Like I haven't fucking ever had the best liver enzymes of my life simply because my last cycle I did the Winnie Trochet.
I don't know how they get that, to be honest.
I don't either, but it's fucking sick.
It's awesome. It's super awesome.
I low key like wish that like whoever our fucking people are that use our link.
Oh god, our sales would go through the fucking roof. I'd be like, yo, just go here.
I mean, I don't even know, bro. I don't even care too much. I just fucking think it's so sick.
Yeah, it's definitely a good.
If the people
it's the best sponsorship in the world.
Yeah, they have some good shit. But
they're good people too, though. Like Jesse and that Tim.
I fucking love Jesse. Bro, Jesse and Cameron are like the coolest fucking guys.
They have taught me so much. And they have helped so many people.
Cameron's a genius.
Bro, I get DMs from people and it's so lopsided. Sometimes I get a lot that are like, whenever they use them, they'll be like, yo, thank you so much for putting me on to Trenscend. It's literally changed my life. I feel so much better. I'm doing so much better. I look so much better. You literally have changed my life. Putting me on Trenscend, you're the best.
Yeah.
And then I get people who have never used Trenscend being like, I could get my blood work done for $150. And I'm like, okay, well then why don't you go do that? It's like, bro.
Yeah, no, the fact of the matter is it's definitely way more expensive, 100%, but I would rather put that fucking high quality actual pharmaceutical shit in my body than even someone's dog oil. And
bro, even the blood work though, like for example, you go to like Titan Medical or places like that, they'll give you your blood work and it's not even like a full blood panel. Like Trenscend's blood panel is like 5 pages long. All these other places, it's like 2 pages of blood work. And they just give it to you and they don't even explain it to you. They just give you blood work. I didn't even know how to read that until recently. So you're literally, it's like buying a book in Chinese and not hiring a translator to translate it. Versus if you go to Trenscend, you pay the extra little $1, but it's like, Okay, you get a full blood panel and they'll explain it to you so you know what is wrong, why it's wrong, how to fix it. And then you get all these assortment of peptides or whatever else on how that will help you fix it.
It's almost like your free coaching business.
Literally, honestly. It's like you're literally getting like the best of the best. And I have people who are like, oh,
well, not free, obviously, not free, but like,
yeah.
It's almost like also hiring a coaching business.
And they teach you a lot too, which is what I love. Like they don't just like try and give you shit, like they teach you a ton about yourself and how the way the body works and what you can do to help yourself, which I think that alone is worth the value of the blood work.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to have Cameron on this podcast at some point just so I can just pick his brain, because
Jesse and them they probably sent you too. They bought all that new like office buildings up there, and like they're building up that one big room to be a podcast room. Have you seen that? Yeah, and I was like, dude, I was like, you can have a nuts with Jesse with all his contacts. Like, you can have a nuts podcast with all the people that you have.
Do you think Cameron's going to be at the Olympia?
I hope so.
What if him and I could all just do a podcast together at the Olympia? Just bring all the gear.
We should do it, dude.
That'd be cool.
It would be rad. Or even if we went out there and like rented a fucking booth where it's already set up, whatever, and just bring our own cameras and just set them up real quick and do it, because he's a literal mad scientist.
Yeah, he is. He is. But going off of Tren. Yes. So, according to your TikToks,
yes,
there is a Tren smell.
Yes. Oh God. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the Tren smell,
dude. So I have. This is something that has come to light more and more. The more I've taken it, the more I feel like I start smelling like it, because I never felt like I smelled like it. And this last 2 Tren cycles, more and more people have told me, yo, you smell. And this is what I found out. Dudes hate it. Dudes do not like it. And I was working out with multiple of my buddies.
Dude, that's hilarious. That makes so much sense, though.
Multiple different times. Guys are like, oh, you have like this musty smell. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's this musty smell. And they all said the same thing. Multiple friends, multiple different times. They're all saying the same thing.
It's because it literally is the hierarchy of men.
Yeah.
It like, literally like almost like... It puts you up on the ladder,
and I'm like,
with your scent, it's crazy.
Yeah, and but then when I'm working out when I've been around girls, whether I'm working out with them or hanging out with them or hooked up with them, they tell me I have a smell. One girl walked into my apartment. She's like, this is what you smell like. She's like, I can smell it. It's like, what's that smell? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, your clothes smell like it too. I smelled it at the gym earlier. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, she's like, no, it's like this musty. She said it was musty too. Like, multiple girls, this musty smell. And I'm like, well, do you like it? And they're like, yeah. They're like, I do actually like it. It's really musty, but I like it. And all the girls liked it, but they said it's musty. And all the guys hated it, but they said it's musty as well. And that like pheromones or whatever it puts off is like real, and people can smell. I couldn't smell, but they said it's like on my clothes, and the girls say that like it's like in my clothes. Like, I've given some pump covers to girls, like when I don't wear them anymore or they don't fit, and like, no, it's like ingrained. I've washed your shirt like 3 or 4 times, like it's still in your shirt. They can like smell it. But when I come off of Tren, it goes away. Like, that whole smell goes away. And I've had girls smell me like, hey, like can you come over soon? Like, I miss your Tren smell, like as a joke. Like, but like, like it's like a real thing. Like, no joke, it's a real thing. Like, people are like, no, like it's like a myth. No, I'm telling you guys, it is real. Like, you take Tren and like halfway through your Tren cycle it starts coming out, like you're gonna have people start mentioning it. it's a real thing.
It's hilarious. My friend just bought me a $300 cologne from a $300 cologne because he's the cologne guy on TikTok. Honestly, should have just paid $300 worth of Tren.
Dude, I don't know if you can capture or if they can figure out what pheromone or what actually is that smell that results out of that, because they almost say it's almost like a body odor, but it's a musty one, but it's not exactly body odor. It's musty. Guys hate it, girls love it.
But it really is just a pheromone.
Yeah, I'm sure honestly there has to be something out there that's like a pheromone that attracts girls.
That's crazy.
I don't know if there is something out there, but there has to be. Like, why wouldn't there be? I feel like that's so like, take this and you'll get girls. I feel like that's such an easy way to sell a product. Like,
have you seen that guy that like smells Tren before his lifts?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't? I was gonna.
Is he actually smell Tren?
Yeah, there's just like a guy who like smells Tren before his like a fucking bottle of Tren before his lifts.
Have you smelled? Okay, so
instead of the salts,
instead of the lifting salts, if you smell Tren smells like the actual oil. It just smells kind of like regular gear, like that kind of nickel penny. You know, like, bro, it smells like what it tastes like. Have you ever had like the cough? It's not like the Tren cough. That's like a joke, but like, well, it's not a joke. It's real. But You know what I'm trying to say, right? You're not.
I know what you're talking about.
Like when you inject and you get something in the vein and then you have to cough it out. Have you ever had that? No. Oh, because you also use the smaller needles.
I do.
You do.
I use insulin needles.
So when you pin, it can be any gear. The Tren cough is just a fucking myth. Like it can happen with any oil-based compound. You inject, you nick a vein, or you get it in a little vein or whatever else. It shoots it into your body, and you have to cough it out. But you know when it's coming because you can taste it. Like it's coming, and it tastes like if you threw a whole bunch of spare change that's in the middle of your glove, in the middle of your car, console, and you threw it in your mouth and you suck on a whole bunch of pennies and nickels. That's what it tastes like. It's like metallic-y change taste. It smells like that. Tren just smells that like times 10. Like if you actually smell the oil of Tren. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay. I got you.
I'm curious.
Kind of like an irony.
Yeah, it's a very irony. Like it just tastes like you're sucking on like dirty metal is what it tastes like. But I'm curious if that's how it smells to other people. Like if that's actually the scent because I can't smell it when it's on me.
The musty smell.
Yeah, but people like have come up to me and been like, "Bro, you smell."
That's crazy. I'm sure it's not the same smell. I'm sure it's totally different.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
I wish I could smell it. Like
it builds off you. That's crazy.
I actually have a TikTok that I'm going to post. And I actually messaged 5 guys and I messaged 5 girls, but the 5 and 5. It was more than that, but I messaged 5 and 5 who told me about it. That I had encounters with. They told me that I smell. Asking them, what does it smell like? Do you like it? Do you not like it? So I can make a TikTok about it and say, oh, these are the pheromones. This is how girls responded. This is how guys responded. This was their take on it. But I'm waiting on like 2 more people to respond actually. So
holy shit.
Before I make it.
Okay, cool.
It's wild.
I'm stoked to see this.
It was a good one. They've always done well, but yeah, the girls so far it's unanimous. The girls all love it. So
wild. All right. On my roster then.
It's on your roster. You got to try it.
And then did you see the Liver King movie More Plates came out with?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I like kind of skimmed through it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did you think about that?
Bro, I don't know.
Did you see what he was running?
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever spent the amount that he was spending on all that in 1 month. I don't know if I've spent that much in my whole life. Like Derek and all them, because how much GH that dude was taking and everything.
That was a lot,
bro. A fuck ton.
And his fucking IGF-1 level was like 100.
No, dude.
Bottom of the reference range for normal people.
I feel like he was either it was junk or he wasn't taking it right or maybe he got his blood work done when like he was off of it or for what I don't know why, but it was junk. Like his IGF-1 level was absolute dog shit. Like they said it was like between like $12,000 and $15,000 a month to run what he was running. I don't know if I've literally spent that in my lifetime on gear.
That's crazy.
If that makes sense. Like the most expensive things I've ever bought was like for me.
Wait. Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
You didn't say 1,200. You said
12,000.
15,000
a month
of fucking gear, mostly GH.
Yeah. I think like 75% of it was GH or 80% of it was GH.
That's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. And I was like,
that's insane.
What? That's why I was like, dude, this is freaking absolutely like wild.
Makes you wonder about like his big gut, if that is any proponent of his like GH secretagogues or actual.
I feel like it
omnitrope.
Yeah, I feel like it is because if you look up the studies about that big gut, the lifting gut, everyone's like
like your organs grow inside.
Yeah, everything grows, right? It's also, but then some people are like, no, it's not from organs growing. It's from your stomach expanding from the massive amounts of food when you're running. Usually the massive amounts of food you eat is because you're running GH and insulin and you want to grow like crazy and you take those combined with it,
which makes sense too.
Yeah, which would make sense. But in his case, he's not like trying to grow like crazy, like it's not like it doesn't seem like this dude was pounding crazy amounts of carbs and food into his body.
Plus he eats no carbs.
Yeah, he doesn't really eat any carbs.
Very little carbs.
I look on his plate and I'm like, bro, do you have any carbs on there? Like it's just all fucking protein.
I remember when I was doing carnivore diet and I was experimenting, I never ever had an extended gut like I do when I'm eating more carbs.
So I feel like it would have to be from it would support the theory of the GH.
Yeah, and it not being simply more from the extended gut from food.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool that came out as like anecdotal evidence now that we could use for that.
Yeah, it's a definitely a good example to use if you're trying to make that argument 100% because he still has abs and he still looks great. He looks crazy. Well, I mean, not for $15,000 worth of gear. Crazy, but he still looks crazy, but
this is why I love like talking to people like you and like I want to have like Tren on at some point too and shit. Like, because it's just like, dude, why did he really just cared about like blowing up and making money and shit.
Yeah.
That he fucking lied to people's faces that much.
Yeah. I mean, he is literally the epitome of why I started my social media, because of people like him.
Yeah.
Like, he literally took his physique and his social media platform, lied to hundreds of thousands of people to make millions and millions of dollars off of lying to people and taking advantage of them.
He didn't even evade the question.
Yeah. And now he just like, I own it. I fucked up. It's like, bro, like, fuck you, dude. Like, you.
And then in his apology, he also said that he doesn't want it to take away from the 35 years of natural lifting that he lifted for.
But shut the fuck up. Like, go home. Go back to your little comment. I just think it's like, it's such leaves such a bad sour taste in my mouth, because like, that's like, kids look at him kids look at that and they're just like, bro, if I eat like this, or if I can do this, like, I can look nuts too. And they go buy his stupid ancestral supplements, and that are fueling his jet to go around the world on his crazy hunts and shit. And he's just lying to people, straight up lying to people and taking advantage of them. Essentially, you're just taking advantage of younger people. And it's like,
yeah, because there's a lot of people who really, really believed it. That like they'll do that so they can look like that.
I did. I did. I mean, now it's a lot easier for young people to know the truth because of how open people are about gear. Yeah. But back then, like, dude, if people told me they're natural, I'd be like, oh yeah, like, unless you're C-Bum or Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, you don't take gear. Like, I would believe anyone's natural. If I looked like me back in the day and someone's like, yeah, I'm natural, I'd be like, oh dang, you work out a lot. Like, unless you were absolutely an open bodybuilder, I would have never thought anyone's on gear. I didn't know that's how it worked. I just thought you took some testosterone, put a needle in your butt, and you grew like crazy. It's so far from the case.
Okay, simply hypothetical question. Which one's harder? Competitive bodybuilding natty or competitive bodybuilding as it is?
And 100% competitive bodybuilding as it is, unnatural.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that's easier about competitive bodybuilding or unnatural bodybuilding, regular bodybuilding, is getting diced or building muscle.
And if you step on stage with people who aren't natural.
Yeah.
But say that you're doing like a natural, say that you're doing a natty, what is it called?
Yeah, if like
natty
natural,
association.
just natty associations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going up against a whole bunch of other natties. You don't have to worry about a lot of the health issues that gear and anabolics bring,
or the mental health issues.
The mental health issues, and you don't have to worry about the rebound as bad. You don't
issues with spirituality too.
Yeah,
like that fucking the mindset that gear puts you on literally changes like your entire perspective if you aren't conscious about it and proactive.
Yeah, I definitely think that it besides the muscle building factor that gear brings, it is way harder to be unnatural than it is to be natural, because it takes over every other area of your life. Health wise, it takes over your relationships, your health, your finances. It takes a toll on every area of life. For being natural, you just got to worry about the training and the diet, and that's it.
Plus, if it was easy, then I'm sure everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But the first barrier, most people don't want to stick a needle in their ass already.
I go through phases. Like, sometimes I literally just go in there and I just smack that shit. Other times I'm like, let me put on my song, let me press play, and wait for the beat drop.
Dude, like, you need to got to get on the insulin needle game. It's fucking fantastic. I love it.
I use the Slim needles for certain things.
Well,
but
you also probably need a lot more oil than I do because you're fucking huge. You're fucking huge and you're tall, so you probably need a lot more oil.
I feel like I always started with the 25 gauge, which actually is like a smaller needle. A lot of people use like 23. Yeah, a lot of people use 23. I've always used a 25 gauge, and I was just like, I just have always used it. Honestly, I started doing my delts, and I almost have no feeling when it goes in my delts, like zero. And so it's been pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, if you got on the slim pins for the regular amount of dosages, I feel like, you have to microdose every day, right?
Yeah.
Which
I do microdose every day, but I don't know why. I kind of enjoy it.
It's like your routine.
Yeah, it's a routine. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
I get that, because even like when I was on prep, my coach had me pinning every single day to keep my blood levels a lot more stable, like with the Tren and everything like that. So I was pinning every day, and it was religious. I'd get up in the morning, I'd make my coffee, I'd do my cardio, I'd come back, I'd take a shower, and then I would pin. and then I'd start my day. Like that was a routine
Yeah, it's
I
a
had
routine.
every morning.
Right.
Now I'm only pinning. Well, kind of weird. I'm pinning Monday, Thursday, and then also every other day for the super draw. So it's kind of sporadic. It's just here and there. And
Yeah, dude. And the fucking schedule's confusing like that, and then you gotta like write it in your notes so you don't.
yeah, I write it on my mirror with a whiteboard marker.
Nice.
Just like to mark the days, and I'm just like, wait. And then it's like, oh, I got to pin today. I'm like, oh, I'm on a long Esther. I can just pin it tomorrow morning and still be fine.
That's funny.
But yeah, so.
Anyways, so another hypothetical question though. So fake natties that are on the border, what do you think most of them run most often?
Fake natties? Or like,
fake natties,
like borderline?
fake natties that like, yeah, borderline. That like lie on the border, like you don't know what they are. Like, is David Lade once a non-natty at any point?
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love David Lade just as much as every other guy out there because David Lade he literally changed the game for everyone. I feel like with his cinematography, he's also good at every. David Lade is honestly like
I respect.
He's
him.
like a 10 out of 10, like in every area. Like not only with his social media grind and he's good looking, he's tall, he's jacked, he's strong. Like he's good with cars, he's good at ice skating. Like he literally just
honestly,
good.
all the superficial things aside, I really loved how artistic and how much work and effort he put into his videos.
Yeah, like I mean, he's like directing stuff for Gymshark now
for himself. Yeah, exactly.
And like he like makes movies. Like he's so good at what he does. Like you can't really hate on David Lade. But that being said, David Lade is 100,000% a fake natty. Like you can quote
or at least that's like the fucking borderline that I think is really confusing because like I'm sure like right now, for example, he might be natty.
I think so. He's also struggling with like injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would assume he's probably because David Lade's also like kind of into, I wouldn't say he's into like pharmacology, but he also works like with, he made his own pre-workout line. He likes dosages and everything like that. I'm sure he's into like trying to recover his shoulder and his back from the years of lifting because I know his back's kind of fucked right now. It's been fucked for a while. So I'm sure he's taking like BPC and like peptides and like everything he can possibly take to heal and get back to what he once was, or at least
even
to be able to train.
Tons and tons of actors and actresses are doing fucking BPC and healing peptides and stuff.
And so, I think at one point he was. I would assume he is now because you look at pictures now and he he still looks, he had a great physique, still natural. He has a great physique, not even like working out that much, but you look at him to what he used to be. And even in videos, not like his own pictures, because obviously he's the god at Instagram and making himself look insane. But you look at him in other people's videos where they're interviewing him and you verse now and you can see there's a big difference in where he's at. So
like fullness and dryness.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think people, like not him in particular, but people like at that borderline might be running?
I think a lot of people run SARMs. I think a lot more people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think a lot of people run SARMs just
I didn't
because.
expect that.
Yeah, just because they're so easily accessible. I mean, you can literally go into any freaking store and get SARMs. Like any private owned store, vitamin shop, not vitamin shop exactly, but like any vitamin supplement store, you can walk in and just, hey, can I get some fucking Ligandrol or whatever, LG, whatever it is. I don't even follow some. I don't even know what they are. Austrian. Can I get whatever? Can I just go get some of that? Yeah, you just go buy that. And people just start popping them because they don't want to pop, like you said, they don't want to pop the needles. So I think a lot of people take SARMs. And then I think on top of that, I think it used to be pro hormones, not anymore though. And then I think people just run like, I think people run testosterone. I think people think they're running Primo. I don't think people actually run real Primo. I think it's fucking fake. But,
oh yeah,
yeah. I think, but I think
shit.
Do you run Primo?
I love Primo.
Yeah. Do you ever like a real plug on Primo? Well, you don't gotta say that. Don't say that. No, absolutely not.
No,
no comment.
I mean, I haven't really done Primo in a while, just because it's so benign, and I don't want to like inject that much oil in me. Like it's like I don't remember if it's 100 or 200, but like you had to use a lot of oil for it to show up.
Yeah, so it's a
sometimes
lot.
I don't even just want to. I just don't want to do it at all.
I think orals are like really easy. Like I think people like orals because they don't feel like it's necessarily a steroid. When you think steroid, you think needles and pins.
Yeah, which is an absolute mistake.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how I fucked up myself.
But you just. People just if it's not a needle, it's not really that bad, and so that's why I think SARMs are so because they're so easily accessible. But I think test. I think D-ball is another one that people run a lot because it's just one of those ones. What do you test in D-ball?
Easy, strong, like you just pop it too.
Within 30 days, their deadlifts just shoots up by crazy amounts. They get crazy strong. But I don't think people run a lot of like maybe Anavar or what they think is Anavar. Because you hear Anavar, it's the jack of all trades. It's the safest one to run. You can combine it with testosterone, and it's this great little stack. But I don't think people run like Mast, NPP, Deca. I don't think people really run those because they're not as talked about.
Yeah,
people don't know a lot about them, especially because Mast also can cause acne, raise DHT levels, and all that shit. So, I wouldn't say Tren either. I don't think a lot of fake natties run Tren, to be honest.
Probably not needed.
Yeah, probably not needed. Because
it doesn't. Back when I was like running things and like competing for my pro card, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about the PEDs. I don't even know if I was. I wasn't really technically even allowed to. I'm sure I wasn't by the sponsors and shit. But the orals that I ran for my pro card was halotestin and Winstrol.
Oh, you ran Halo.
Oh, yeah, that's actually the shit that fucked me up that I didn't realize was
really? No way.
I was taking estrogen blockers first. I kept telling my coach constantly. I'm not calling out my coach because I had a couple coaches, so no one will know which one I'm talking about. But I had estrogen blockers first. I didn't want to take anything from him at all. I was like, I want to stay natty. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything at all. And so he was like, well, at least try these. And I'm like, no, I won't. Several shows in a row. I competed, but then every time I'd come back after competing, I would be like, okay, so I did a little bit well at regionals, but I'm still not happy with myself. And the people up there look crazy. How do they look like that? And I would start getting a little bit down on myself. I started doing more research. My next supplement that I took after I was completely natty, doing nothing, competing for the first 2 shows, the third show, regionals, Expel. Just the diuretic you can get online. Just on Amazon. Expel.
Bro, Expel is goated. Like, people don't understand how well Expel works.
You piss your brains out for a week, but then you look dry and shredded as shit, dude. You look dry as fuck. Especially if you know how to carb up so you don't look so flat on stage. That was like probably the next supplement. Then a few more shows. Finally, he was just like he kept pushing me to take things, and finally I was like, okay, well, I'll take these because you said they'll make me look drier, but they're not a steroid. So I started taking estrogen blockers first. Now imagine how crazy that is. Now that I realize what that is.
Yeah, what they actually do.
That's fucking ridiculous that I was taking estrogen blockers alone by themselves.
We're just taking like a Arimidex to dry out a little bit.
Yeah. It was fucking Arimidex and Nolvadex, bro. I was fucking popping that. And then finally, as the pro shows started, I started failing, getting 16th plus place in all my shows. I was finally just like really, really fucking depressed and down on myself. I started telling myself, don't expect a single thing. You've been dreaming of your pro card, but every single time you compete, you don't even get placed. So you're fucking worthless. Like you're not going to do well. And so I was like, I was at the worst, I was at one of the biggest just mind fucks of my life. Just trying to keep myself to the one thing I promised myself, to stay natural, but on the other side, realizing that my number one dream in my life at that point, nothing I had dreamt past that, my pro card. Yeah. I wanted my pro card. I wanted my fucking pro card. I just wanted to fucking put IFBB Pro in my Instagram.
Dude, that was the best feeling ever. Typing that in,
bad. Yeah.
Clicking edit profile and going IFBB Pro Markus. Right. I was like, fuck, I made it. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, then finally I was like, okay, well, I'll start taking some of these things. Took those estrogen blockers, and then the next time I took another thing from him that he said will help. Talked to one of my friends, and I was like, yeah, I'm on this and I'm on this. I'm on Arimidex, Nolvadex, and halotestin. And he's like, did you say halotestin? I was like, yeah. I was like, why? He's like, that's a steroid. And I was like, what?
This guy just fucking
what kind of steroid? It's just a pill that
he just hijacked your natty card.
Yeah, and
essentially.
Well, after that, I was like, well, fuck. I guess I'm taking steroids now. And so I fucking was like, okay, what else did you want me to take? And he's like, take Winstrol, and then when we take our off season, take some of this Anavar.
There's no test.
I was like, okay.
So it was all orals.
Yeah, I never injected myself once, ever, for my pro card or a year after.
Dude, it is crazy that there are coaches out there like that.
Yeah, I don't want to bash him though or anything.
No, you don't. At the same time, just like that.
At the same time, I didn't technically, I wasn't take care of my health. Technically, I never said that. Even though it would be morally nice. But still, that's your coach's best. You're a coach. You're coaching someone, especially in a sport where this is not healthy. People literally die in the sport. Right.
You know?
I personally believe that too. I personally believe that you must.
Yeah.
As a coach, I will always want to care about the health, but there are a lot of coaches out there that just all they care about is you winning, and if that's what you're paying them for, then that's all they have to tell you, I guess.
That story rings,
which is sad.
I hear so many of my friends have been like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And their coach just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and they don't place as well at a show. And then it triggers them. And they triggers them. And then they, like, because that temptation is there, which they never wanted to do. And the coach has been pushing it so hard. Like, if you take this, like, you'll win. If you take this, like, you'll get that placing. If you take this, you'll do better. And they snap and they'll do it. Yeah. And it's a reality of the sport. Like, if you want to do well, like a blanket statement, you're going to have to do it in this sport, to be honest. But that being said, if someone's not wanting to do it, they should never be peer pressured into doing it, especially by a coach where you're paying, It's not very, it's really sad, to be honest.
Well, all things aside, at least we're here now, and now we know what we're doing because we did our own research.
And hopefully...
And so that's why you and I are here. So hopefully, I don't know, we can help educate other people so they don't have to go through that bullshit.
Yeah.
So as long as people are aware, you know what I mean, then they can make their own decisions for themselves.
Yeah, dude. I always say, in all my TikToks all the time, like, it's your life. Like, live it how you want to live it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, just know what you're actually doing.
What you're gonna put yourself into.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like I couldn't turn back. Like I made that mistake, and now I'm on HRT for the rest of my life. So technically, I didn't really. I don't know. It's a weird give and take because I didn't know when I took my first steroid.
Yeah.
But then because I did, I decided to keep going until I got my pro card.
Yeah.
So that was, I guess, my decision to finally like give up my balls. I probably could have turned back after realizing it was Halo test and be like, oh, I'm going to stop this, the PCT. You know what I mean? But then again, I didn't really know better. And I was like, I want that pro card more than anything. So
yeah. But here you are now.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Honestly, I wouldn't trade anything. I'm happy.
I like I don't love my journey, but my journey has led me here, and here has led me to help so many people. I get DMs all the time like, bro, like, thank you for making that video on PCTing. I had no clue what to get. Thank you. I get DMs like that all the time. Thank you for that video on posing. I was so fucked up, and I switched it up right before my show, and I did so much better, and I look way better on stage. I get videos like that all the time, and that comes through just life experience. And if people can take my life experience and my things I've gone through, and it can help them and save them some trouble and some heartache and whatever else, like, by all means, like, that's exactly what I want to do. So it's awesome. But
proud of you, bro.
Thanks. Likewise.
Don't stop.
Likewise.
Don't stop doing your shit.
Never.
All right. I got two last questions for you. So, if you were to die tomorrow, what would you do right now?
Oh, God. Right? Like in this moment?
Yeah. If you were to die tomorrow, if you just found out you're going to die tomorrow, what would you do? What's the first thing you would do?
Oh, fuck. That's a bad question. Because I haven't talked to my mom in like 4 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I haven't talked to my mom in like 4 years. I'd probably call her and probably just tell her that regardless of everything, that I still love her. And, it's sad the way that things have played out, but just want to let her know I care about her, and that, thank you for, in all the ways that you were a good mom. Thank you. But, and probably just leave it on a positive note and just kind of clear that off my conscience. I haven't really talked to my dad in a long time either. So I'd probably call my dad and do the same thing with him. I haven't talked to my brother in years. Honestly, I feel like what I'd do is I'd kind of make amends. Not even make amends, that I'd reach out to the people that are close to me who I don't talk to, or I'd try and, I guess, make amends to all the people that I don't talk to anymore, because life's short and those are the relationships that matter. But here I am sitting here, and will I do that? I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I'd probably talk to my mom.
Okay, fuck yeah. It's beautiful, bro.
I hated that question, by the way. That sucked ass.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I love the answer.
Yeah. What would you do?
I would, tell all the people that I'm close to that I love them. Honestly, just tell everybody that I possibly could that I love them.
Yeah, I'd probably go on a rant, honestly, and like I'd probably call a lot of different people and just tell them, thank you for making my life. Like, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for what you've done for me. Just make everyone know how valued and how grateful I am for that relationship that I was able to have with them for the time that I was here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's sheesh.
Second thing I would do is to get some ice cream.
That's not a
Number
bad
2.
play. I mean, I don't eat dairy, but I love ice cream.
No, I'm lactose intolerant.
Exactly.
But if I'm gonna die,
Yeah,
I'll
if I'm
shit my
gonna
brains
die,
out.
bro,
It's fine, whatever.
Bro, I'm gonna go on a fucking bender, fucking
Yeah.
binge some ice cream.
And then if you could have one superpower in the entire world, what would it be?
Oh God, this is such a good one. All right,
So I had a terrible one and a great one.
what's your terrible one?
No, you said the last question
Oh,
was bad.
oh yeah, the
So,
terrible, yeah,
this was
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. All right, so I think, bro, I've thought about this, and I think this is not the most fun one, but I feel like this would be the most fulfilling people. I'd have the power of healing, like to heal like people's physical.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I've thought about this one a lot because I've seen people who, when I was younger, my mom would have me take family to this. When I was younger, my mom would have me take food to this family, and one of their kids had cancer, and he was like a 4-year-old. And I would walk through I don't know if it was ICU or whatever, I would walk through the hospital with this bag of food that I would go pick up from like Oscar's, which is like just a restaurant. And I would go drop it off and be walking down this hall. And I would see these little kids with cancer, or these in beds, or in the hospital. If you're a baby or a toddler and your family's not there, it looks like a crib, but on the top is it's like a cage. It literally looks like a cage, so the toddler can't crawl and like get out of it. So you're literally like these little kids with no hair, with cancer, in a cage. And it was the most sad and depressing thing. And I would see families crying all the time. I was doing like twice a week, and for like probably like 2 or 3 months straight. And I was like, bro, if I could like take all this suffering and away from like these little kids that aren't even going to be able to probably see next year or Christmas, and like heal these families, and probably how many marriages would that save? You know, like a lot of marriages end when like a kid dies. And so like if you could save all those marriages, you could save all those kids from dying, and like all that heartache and that grief and all the finances and all the stress and anxiety that's probably putting on these families, like, bro, this world would be such a better place. Like this world it would change so many people's lives. Other than that, I would like to teleport. I think teleporting would be freaking awesome.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's a fucking beautiful answer. Your second one was mine.
Yeah, the teleportation one.
Bro.
Have you seen it Jumper?
Your first one makes me wish I was a better person.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it was just that experience. I've always thought
about that first.
And I was just like, dude, like,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it was really sad, bro. It was like watching this little kid like deteriorate, and watching the Facebook updates, and I'd go see him, and just like his name was Monty, little Monty.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a sad thing to see, but hey.
You're gonna do a lot of fucking great things in life, bro.
So I appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
I'm fucking blessed to have met you, and I'm really glad that I can call you a friend.
Yeah, dude. I'm stoked, dude. It was crazy going to see like one of your role models, someone you look up to, and then being able to become their friend and have them in your life, and being able to ask them questions and talk to them and learn from them, and just getting to know you and how like truly great you are as a person as well. A lot of people don't realize like there's like actual people behind like the influencer like Instagram page, or like the TikTok page, or the YouTube platform. Like we're like real people, and like a lot of these people are like really great people. Some of them are super shitty, but like but like you're a super great person. I wish more people knew, which is why I told you like you need to like talk, and you need to like put yourself out there, and like your personality and your character for people to see, because you have a lot more to offer. Not that your swiper counts aren't crazy good, because they've gone viral so many times, but like you have a lot more to give than just your workouts, like you have a lot of insight and a lot of depth to you that people don't know about, that the world needs to know. So I'm proud of you for doing that. It's crazy to see.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Well, I'm fucking glad that we had this conversation. This was fucking sick.
No, this is dope.
I think it's the longest one I've had yet, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
I was trying to cut it at an hour and a half in, but we went 2.5 hours.
No shit.
Yeah.
What time is it, bro?
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
Bro, that's wild. That's crazy.
That's how I know, bro. We just can't stop talking.
Yeah.
It's fun to have these conversations with you.
Very fun.
But yeah. All right. This is Markus Fit. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Markus Fit on TikTok
Markus Fit.
and on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And my YouTube handle is actually Markus Fit as well.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So
nice.
On all three of those, I don't have anything else. So
fuck yeah.
No Twitter.
Awesome.
No Twitter.
No Twitter.
Yeah. So
thanks guys again for watching the podcast. Please rate it to support it. Please rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
Awesome.
Peace.
Peace, guys.